And then we're going to jump into, of course, the big weekend of action that took place, on ESPN. But first and foremost, I like to, give a big thank you to everybody who's continuously supporting us, and definitely sending your $1.40 by going to theboxingvoice.com, clicking on the donate button, and putting yourself in the runnings for that Ruslan Pavatnikov glove. Don't forget, I got this Canelo glove signed Thursday. So we're going to be giving that Canelo glove along with the press kit away, and that's going to happen the Sunday after his fight. So Ruslan's glove is up first, then we're going to do the Canelo glove drawing. Of course, don't forget to continue to take advantage of, the 30 days free at audible.com by using our affiliate link over at theboxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors. Remember, they got many, many titles. Tyson's book, books on Muhammad Ali, all types of things, man. Do-it-yourself books for guys out there like me that's still working on a house. There's do-it-yourself audio books, man. And remember, it's better to have someone read to you than read yourself. You can definitely continue to do other things. And that other thing is get your fat ass in shape. Get the fucking shape, and definitely head on over to onit.com using our affiliate link, of course. You're going to receive 10% off. You're going to be able to get dietary supplements. You're going to be able to get T Plus for boosting up that testosterone. I know a lot of you guys are over 30. You're starting to lose that T, baby. So get back in shape, man, and head on over to theboxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and definitely use our link. Remember, you get 10% off, and at the same time, you're supporting your favorite podcast. And you can't forget Fast Break Bell Bonds. I mean, they are my number one and will continue to be 3 years strong, supporting the Boxing Voice, supporting the vision. So definitely, if you're ever in a jam or a family member or a friend, nobody ever wants to go to jail, but if you do, your freedom call, the only call you need is 973-497-7000. Chat room roll call. Uh-oh. I know they mad at me because I ain't even opened the chat. Damn. Probably got tweets already. Let me open this thing up. But hopefully James remembers, man. Put the pressure on James. He's the one's got to remind us to do this chat room roll call, man. Well, that being said, let's get this motherfucker started.
You're listening to The Boxing Voice.
It's showtime!
Welcome back, boxing fans.
Blood is good. Blood is emotion.
Too much blood coming out of the eye.
Blood is a story, a drama.
Deep gas, blood pouring right into his eye.
Blood is what we want to see in terms of passion.
Blood streaming now from the cut in the eye, the nose, his mouth, his cheeks swollen, and he's still tall.
What we want is a bloody good fight tonight.
We have Heather, the Heat Hardy. Is this you?
This is me. I think I need to talk to you every night because you make me smile and blush. Oh, yeah.
Never been a lame-o, never been a lame-o. Yeah, I love the trick. I'm okay.
You serious? You serious?
And that's the good thing about UK. That's why I can't hate on them guys, man. They love fucking boxing.
No fighters in England. They all bums.
Did you hear what this idiot just said?
Yo, son, you're gonna get your ass beat by Molina, son.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's overrated.
Do some push-ups for me right now.
For the interview? Yes. Let those gifted hands go. Get out of here, Bert. Go home. What next?
You want the table started for free. You're not even lying. You want the table started for free.
BoxingVoice.com.
This is why we use the word sensation.
Oh, I love that motherfucking intro. I am so ready to talk some fucking boxing. James, I mean, I guess we should just jump right into the only action this weekend, unless you got somewhere else to take it.
No, man. Let's go with it. It was a good fight. I liked it. Especially the main event was a fun little heavyweight fight for a lot of casual fans to watch, and good fight for ESPN, man. Anything that ends in a knockout that's a competitive fight, it's going to be good for ESPN.
Well, let's properly introduce you first of all, because I love this intro.
Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Boxing fans, here's Jameson.
What's up, man?
I want to definitely talk about the undercard. Amir Iman, I mean, he really impressed me. He didn't, and look, don't get my words twisted. He didn't impress me like that he looked good. He impressed me that he was able to dig deep and turn that fight around. And the same way that Teddy Atlas saw it, that's exactly how I saw it. First 3 rounds for Ugas and the last 5 for Iman. He dug deep, and you know, he was on ESPN before, and I think I seen him fight on the Golovkin Praska undercard out there in Verona, New York, because he's from Albany, but now he's down in Florida. But yeah, man, he impressed me, man. I like his defense as well, even though right now it's flawed. He still was taking shots, but I think that, you know, as he continues to step up, that defense might get a little better. I love that he digs to the body. He was killing Ugas to the body. Now look, the reason that to me this fight means so much is exactly the reason that Teddy Atlas said, but I know Ugas. Me and Vic know this dude. He trains out of Glenn Tapia's gym. Like, same, I don't know if it's the same trainer, but it's definitely the same corner guys. And, you know, Ugas had all these amateur fights, and he was hyped up. You know what I'm saying? He's friends with Rigondeaux. Like, he was one of these guys like Luis Franco. You know, they weren't the Gamboas and the Rigondeaux and the Orlandia Salises of the bunch, but they were definitely the next crop. That was Luis Franco. Then you had Ugas. You had Jordanis. No, what's the other dude that Willie Nelson knocked out?
I don't remember.
A Cuban as well. So I was always watching this guy, and Ugas always in phenomenal shape. And I don't know if Teddy Atlas coerced me or not, but maybe it was trying to make 140. I don't know, but he looked in great shape. And, you know, I guess to sum it up and let you get in on this, I think he just has like a sparring partner's mentality, and he couldn't get out of that because at times he would have, you know, Iman on the ropes, and he wouldn't even unload. He would just lay there on top of him. It was like, if I was there live, I would have threw something at this dude. You know, he has nobody to fucking blame but himself. I took a note because he said some bullshit, and I didn't even understand it. I'm like, man, this dude's out of control. First of all, anyway, let me toss it to you, man. Tell me what you thought.
No, man, that was actually, you hit it right on the head, man. That was a good little insight that where you said that you think that's the sparring guy's mentality, because early in the first few rounds, it's like he would get him against the ropes, and Iman would just kind of sit there and just kind of wait for him to do something, but he would never do it. And then he would allow himself to kind of sit on the ropes, and he would throw some shots at him. Like you said, man, I had it exactly that, man. First 3 rounds, I gave it to Ugas, and then all the rest were Iman. But I mean, what I liked most about him is how it was almost like he saw exactly what he needed to change, and how Ugas kind of slowed down a little bit with the volume that he threw in the first 3 rounds, and it just seems like he just overtook that fight, and it was, I don't know, I was impressed by it. I typically I'm not too impressed by a lot of prospects, but like when I was watching those first 3 rounds again, to say that, but I just kept saying that, like, he's just missing something. He's missing that extra gear. And he looks like he kicked it into it, where Ugas just kind of sat there and really didn't do too much. And like you said, I was impressed by the body punching. He had good footwork. He's a good boxer. He was all around good, man. I really, really like him. Every once in a while we get someone on Twitter that will hit us up asking about him. And, you know, I don't have much to say about him. But now it's like after you see him like this, you kind of have I kind of get the feeling that he does have that extra gear and that extra intangible that a lot of fighters are missing. Where if Ugas had it, I think that fight would have been a lot different. Like you said, you hit it perfectly when you said he's a sparring partner, man. It's almost like he had sympathy, and he just kind of didn't want to attack when he needed to. And there's certain times you need to be aggressive, and certain times you don't need to be aggressive. But the times that you need to be aggressive, it seemed like he just wasn't.
You know, at the end of the fight, Ugas put this long ass beads on. I don't know if you noticed that. And he kissed it. And you know this guy's Cuban, and anybody that's Latin knows the Cubans deal in Santeria and shit. And I said to myself, this motherfucker would rather do some voodoo before the calling of the fight than actually throw some punches. Because, let's be honest, he let this young kid back into the fight. I mean, this kid was out of his element. Ugas was coming on in the first 3 rounds. applying some pressure, ineffective pressure, by the way. Again, sparring partner mentality, really just throwing punches, and they were open punches, slapping a lot. He wasn't really doing too much damage, but at times he was, definitely getting this kid's attention, but he never stepped on the gas. And then at the end of the fucking fight, he wants to kiss some beads and hope to God he's gonna get the decision. Get the fuck out of here! Throw some fucking punches. And you could
even wobbled him.
Literally hear his corner yelling at him. He was out of control, man.
He even wobbled him in that first round. I think it was either the first or second round, man. Right at the end of it, I was just like, oh shit, man. Iman just took a too big of a step up here, but he came back from it, and that's what I like to see with my fighters, man. Is overcoming the adversity. I love it.
I'm going to tell you what made this fight for me even better than, watching a young kid develop in front of our face was the live scoring, the Facebook thing. And I know we see this shit before on ESPN, Friday Night Fights, but now being used on a big stage, it means so much more because you got Atlas's card out there now. You don't know what the judges are scoring it, but then you can compare Atlas card to millions of viewers because they're giving you a percentage of the people that picked those rounds. So they're still, for instance, in the Iman fight, the third round was 60% for Ugas, I believe, and 40% for Iman. So some people still saw Iman winning that round, and I think it's a really good tool, especially how controversial decisions are now, and it just keeps an unbiased, basically an unbiased card out there because it's the majority's card. It's the majority's card of the majority of people watching this fight are seeing it the way that it's coming out on Facebook. Because granted, you're going to have your morons out there who are just picking because they're fanboys of whatever this kid's name is. But you're going to have the majority. And I think that's fucking awesome. I think that needs to be done on HBO and Showtime.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the exact same way because it's not only does it gives us a different perspective that we feel is a little bit unbiased because the fans get to kind of pick and choose who they want. Even if it is casual fans, man, they're still viewing the fight the way it should be a lot of times. And I also like it because it keeps Teddy Atlas, it keeps him, I guess I don't know what the term I'm looking for, but it prevents him from allowing his bias to come through because he knows that he's going to be held accountable. So if his card was all 10-0 Iman, and also they dropped it and everyone was going for Ugas, you could kind of see how the people at home would almost turn against you because you got a lot of times when you watch these fights, especially with the casual fan, they kind of look to the announcers to kind of provide some insight that they don't know, and especially when you have an open scoring like that, it keeps you just. I have a word on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it. But it just keeps you proper, and it keeps you, to what you actually think is happening, and doesn't allow these outside biases to kind of come in because you're going to be held accountable for it. And if they don't agree with you, it doesn't give a fucking shit about you. So if it was with Showtime, it was with HBO, I think a lot of those, Max Kellerman, and especially Jim Lampley, I think those dudes would have a lot of different scorecards and a lot of different fights.
And the commentary would be different. Yep. It would be probably just a bit more honest because they're going to be in direct contradiction with the world. It's not just three men watching this fight anymore talking about it. Now it's three men and all of social media that's out there making these picks on these fights in these rounds directly combating with them. So they're going to have to automatically, I can imagine Jim Lampley trying to backtrack. But I want to talk about a little more about this card because remember, let's be honest here. What ESPN did is something out of the normal, and we really wanted this to do well for the sport. Because they took their gloves off. They did not try to shy around the fact that they put on a big fight and you didn't have to pay $75.
They said that, I don't know, 3 or 4 times.
Oh my God! But someone needs to get over there and do it right. Because first of all, that marching band, hideous.
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking horrible. Now, not that these kids were bad because they played their instruments well, but it took so fucking long for the build-up for the rest of the guys just holding their fucking instruments that I was frustrated. And another thing, these commercials. Listen, I know that you're giving it to me for free, but these commercials, I hate them. But James, I'm going to deal with them. because what I did was I just didn't watch the fight, right away. I took maybe like a half an hour, let you guys get a half an hour on me so that I could fast forward through these commercials because I can't take commercials. But overall, they did a good job. They did a good job. It was really good. I liked of course the quality of it was good as far as production wise in terms of the image. No fuck ups on the audio or anything. I think that they did good for their first big fight. I don't like that they brought back up Leopold, but I do like that they said that Vladimir wants the winner of that Stiverne Arreola fight. That's going to throw a monkey wrench in things because a lot of us was excited that we were going to get Deontay Wilder versus someone young and hungry too. So I don't know what happens now. I mean, Stiverne knocks out Arreola. Arreola says he's going to keep fighting, but Stiverne is clearly going to get a shot at Vladimir. Vladimir wants to unify. Stiverne is going to go where the money's at. There's nothing Deontay Wilder can offer him to make him do otherwise. The sanctioning body is going to allow it because they'll get a bigger sanctioning fee from a Vladimir Klitschko fight than they would with a Wilder fight. So does Wilder go ahead and fight Arreola since they're both Heyman?
But didn't they order Pulev to fight Klitschko next?
Again, sanctioning bodies are going to do what brings them more financial, gain. If it's a Vladimir fight versus, this guy that is known on U.S. television, they're going to do it. They're going to.
And to be honest with you, man, I guess I can't complain about Stiverne getting a shot at Klitschko because he really fucking impressed me. I mean, I picked against him. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to be stopped. I really underestimated Arreola's chin, man. I thought that shit would hold up because he was winning most of that shit, and I was sitting there like, oh, fuck yeah, these dudes are going to be eating crow the entire time. And then he got cracked, and I was like, oh, fuck, he's just swinging wild, keeps his chin straight in the air. It's almost like the Amir Khan mentality where he just doesn't have any defense. His defense is his face. He just allows himself to get popped in it too much. And then I thought his chin would fucking hold up, but it didn't. And I was wrong as shit. I'm going to eat crow. If you want to play that soundbite for me, I need to get the fucking soundbite played for me. But I don't know, man. I was really impressed by Bermane, man. It sucks because he's the worst. There it is. But, I mean, Berman, I believe, is what they're saying. Officially it is now. So it's Bermane Stiverne. He is by far the worst interview in the world. I don't know if you've ever interviewed this man, but it's like you got to literally pull teeth to get this guy to fucking give you a reaction out of anything. And the fact that he was drawing so much surprised me. The fact that he was talking so much shit, really, I was just like, oh my God, I'm coming to see you up in the fucking heavens, man. I didn't think they'd ever see this. But now we're doomed for months of boring-ass interviews again, man.
Yo, dude, I don't understand him because doesn't he know that he needs to make people want to watch him? Like, he's fucking crazy. His tone of voice, he's like, so what are you going to do? I'm going to do what I it really doesn't matter. I mean, everybody's talking about Chris's weight, man. But my skills, I got more skills than him. That's all that matters. Shafase, hey T, oh hey, I love God. Everybody, shout out to everybody, yo. Everybody, my cousin, yo, he fucking shouted out everyone. Mm-hmm. Out of hand with that fucking held the mic from Lil Bernardo Suna.
First off, I love the way that he was talking shit in the middle of the fucking ring too to Chris Arreola. Yes. I love that. It's good to see him actually start talking about something, though.
I want to disagree with you because you said you was impressed. I think that he did worse than in the first fight. In the first fight, he got hit less. He was more elusive. In this fight, it's like he knew he could knock out Arreola, and that's all he was waiting for, and he was getting touched up. I had Arreola up. I got my scorecard because that knockout came out of nowhere, and there was a couple of rounds. I'm gonna tell you when the tide started changing, but Arreola was winning every fucking round.
I know I had Arreola winning the first few rounds. Hold on, let me see, because I think I gave that second round to Bermane because at the end of it, he rocked him real fucking good. I'm bringing mine up too.
First round, I gave it to Berman.
You gave the first round to him?
I gave it to Stiverne first round.
Oh, so did I.
Third round, fourth round, Arreola. Fifth round, I gave it to Stiverne, and then he knocked him out in the sixth.
Yeah, I guess no. I had Berman up because I had him the first, fourth, and fifth. I gave it to all Berman, but
What?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yo, but to be
Arreola, he was waiting to count, and Arreola was hitting him with right hands, left and right. And then his fat ass was tired because all this talk about Arreola being overweight. Did you see the gut on fucking Stiverne? So then he would he would put the earmuffs on the ropes, and Arreola would come right down the middle through his guard. Boom, 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 boom. He was fucking his dumb ass up.
No, man, I was just impressed by Stiverne's power.
Referee for this one. Let's take it out to the streets and see how someone else seen it. Got to get this alumni on, definitely.
Introducing the hard-hitting ringside Robbie.
Hello, Ness. James. Good evening, guys. I agree with Ness on this one, James. Arreola was winning, but I mean, Stiverne proved to be the better puncher, and I also agree with you, Ness. The sanctioning bodies are going to allow Klitschko to fight Stiverne, and that's going to be bad for Wilder. But because let's face it, folks, Klitschko is going to beat Stiverne. Stiverne does not have a solid chance against Klitschko. So it'll be Klitschko against Wilder eventually. I'm glad I picked Stiverne, man. Arreola, he reminded me way too much yesterday of Khan, the way he got hit. He was winning the fight, and he just gave it away.
Yep. I don't know, Robbie. I got to disagree with you on one thing. I do think that a healthy, in-shape Stiverne, he can be all types of problems for Vladimir, because you see, the problem is the guys that fight Vladimir, they always try to make the fight because they feel that the height is their disadvantage. So they're in a hurry to get inside. But what happens if you wait for Vladimir? Yeah, he's going to do the jab, but Stiverne is very elusive, like in his lateral movement. He has good hip movement, so he moves his shoulders left and right, and he's like laying on the ropes, but he moves left and right. Now, granted, that's when he's most vulnerable for a straight right, as Arreola proved, but that's also when he does his best work. He digs to the body. This motherfucker goes to the body, and he goes to the body very hard, too quick. I don't know. Call them uppercuts, call them whatever you want. Boom, boom. He hits you on both sides. And then
will he be able to do that? Will he be able to do that against Vladimir because of the
you don't know though. You don't know though. He proved that he could do it to Arreola.
Well, to be honest with you, too, with a taller fighter, it's easier to kind of get to the body than it is to the head.
Yeah. Now, will this fight have to go overseas, or will Vladimir come over here?
Oh, fuck no. He's not leaving Germany.
Dan Rayfield reported that they said it live on the telecast, that Vladimir said this is a fight that he wants. This is a belt. He wants to bring the belt back. He wants to bring Villadi's belt back, meaning that, and he also said, he just came out and said it anyway on that telecast, that Vladimir Klitschko said he wants to fight in the U.S. I don't know why he would do that. I don't know why. I would make Stiverne go over there, just get neutral judges. I mean, you get 60, 80,000 people over there. I mean, financially, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean,
that's right.
The only problem I have with those overseas Germany fights is the white ring. I can't stand a white ring. It just is somehow off. I hate the white rings. But
what about the Canadian red ring?
They always have different colors for those too. It's white, and then they put different paint in the middle of it, and it's kind of hard to watch.
I will say that you know, I will live and die by whoever produces Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko's entrances. Those dudes are magnificent. So, you know, if the fight doesn't entertain, much like the David Haye Vladimir, which was all hype, you know, at least you get entertained by their entrances. They're awesome.
Well, at least it looks like there's going to be some interesting fights coming up in the heavyweight division. And when's the last time you were able to say that? I mean, because I think eventually the future of the division is going to be Wilder, and it's going to be Tyson Fury.
Well, the Wilder, I think, is if Stiverne gets Klitschko, I think that for sure that it means that Wilder's going to get the winner of Michael Perez versus Bryant Jennings, which is still a good fight. I like that fight. I think it's a great test again.
Yeah, but that fight got canceled.
What? When?
Jennings is hurt, dude. That fight got canceled. Let me go to some other callers here. We don't want to keep anybody on hold too long. I know last week was Correa. But it is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nelson.
No, motherfucker, I didn't say my name was different. What the fuck?
Oh, you said your name was Nelson.
No, I didn't. You need to clean your motherfucking ears out, nigga.
I hope this is Nelson, because I don't know his number by heart. I just know his area code. Is this Nelson? I guess not. 636, you're live with a boxing voice.
Hey, what's up, Ness? This is Taino Warrior, man. How you doing, bro?
What's up, brother? Damn, I messed up. I thought you was Nelson, brother. Talk to us.
Nah, it's all good, bro. Pretty much, man. Good fight. I mean, Chris Arreola versus Bermane Stiverne. You know, yeah, just everything was good chemistry. You know, you had the first Haitian to, you know, win a big championship like, you know, WBC heavyweight. And it's just like, the dude's skills were just too much for Arreola. And I'm going to tell you why. Yes, of course, Chris was winning the fight. I'm going to be honest. But was he dominating him? I just didn't see the domination. I saw more of a lot of the shots slipped off. It wasn't clean, effective blows. I mean, he caught him with a couple, but it wasn't, like, continuous throughout the fight.
Taino.
Yeah.
Chris Arreola hurt Stiverne numerous times in that fight. The problem with Chris is that he was only head hurt, and then fucking Ramirez told him. He would have Stiverne hurt, and instead of going to the body and ripping his fucking soft gut, because he had a fat-ass stomach last night, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he did,
He was looking for the head, man, and that's where he fucked up at. He did good, man, and he looked good, but he still had that fucking, oh, man, that body is fucking horrible, bro.
Yo, and Arreola got gassed, too, because of those body shots from Stiverne.
Hell yeah. Yo, Stiverne invested in that body, man. He ripped that body.
Yep.
He did his
thing. But, man, I'm going to
body.
tell you what set it up, though. Look, Chris ran right into that right hand. And he even said it again. God damn, I got hit with the same punch again. But, man, you got to, you know, keep your hands up. Like, that's a big thing that cannot be fixed with him because he's been doing it for over 20 years. The guy's been boxing for a long time. So it's kind of hard to try to teach an old dog new tricks. And I kind of figured if Chris, you know, forgot about his defense, that's what's going to happen. The punches you don't see hurt the worst. Like I said, I box myself, and if you get hit with a shot that's just, you just don't see it coming and somebody's quicker on the trigger, in a blink of an eye, you can go down. I mean, his legs, for that second knockdown, he looked like, I don't know, just rubber man. I mean, his legs just went out, and he was so big that it looked funny for him to go down like that because he's such a big guy. So they let me know Stiverne has better power than what people thought. You know, I mean, honestly, he hit him right on the temple. It wasn't a chin shot, it was a temple shot. If you go back and look at the slow-mo and the replay, it was a perfectly timed temple shot, and Chris just was discombobulated after that. I kind of picked him over. His eyes was glazed over. Even the announcer people was like, "Oh my God, Chris not looking too good in the face. His eyes are all over the place." So I feel like a Klitschko fight, it's gonna be a whole different ball game. Klitschko's gonna stick with his jab or whatever, but if Stiverne is smart, like I think he will be if he fights him, he's gonna stay on his back foot and turn. Because if you guys didn't notice, he did really good turning yesterday. That's something you don't see from many heavyweights. Is the turning of the back foot and setting up for a position to throw a good shot or, you know, a combination or whatever. You just don't see that many times. Like the skills, you know, the little things. That's all I'm saying. What do you guys think about if Stiverne actually turns Klitschko and actually throws left foot to the body like Ness was talking about it, rips the uppercut, the left uppercut to the body? Because you know Klitschko's going to try to hold his head down. That is his primary game plan, is to lay on top of you each round and tire you out, and then he finishes you. As long as Stiverne is punching and actually moving, head moving, almost some Tyson type shit, like moving his head back and forth, he will do well. I promise you he will do well. I will eat crow and come back on the show and tell you if he actually does what he's supposed to do. If he's moving his hand and then Klitschko beats him, then I'll be like, hey, that dude's just too good. But I think the skills of Bermane Stiverne is going to make it a better fight than what people think. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Because, like, for most of the fight, you saw that, you know, Bermane was obviously, we keep talking about, was going to the body. But it's like in the last fight, he saw that Chris could get caught with that overhand right because it wasn't really a straight cross. It was an overhand right that kind of caught him in the top of the head. But if you see that in the actual replay, you've seen Bermane throw a jab to the body, which caused Chris's hands to kind of drop down, to drop the elbows, because he anticipated a hook to the liver or a hook to the right side, or the left side. And he just swung that left up or his right up there, and he got him right in the top of the temple. So, I mean, it was really impressive that he was able to set up his punches, and that's why I say I was impressed by Bermane, man, because I honestly, I mean, the last fight he outboxed him, but this almost seemed like it was kind of like he was confident in this fight, and he kind of was looking, like you said, looking for the knockout, but he committed to the body. He committed to a game plan, clearly, which him and his trainer had set up. And now with that overhand right, when you have something good like that, that's what's going to catch these taller fighters. Because a lot of times when you go straight up the middle, you're going to kind of have to like dip down and you're going to get susceptible because it's going to be easy. It's going to be easier for Klitschko to throw his jab down, throw punches down at you. But what you want to do is you want to come up over top of that shit. And so when you have an overhand right like that, that's a great weapon to use against a taller fighter like Klitschko. And I agree, man. I think that I said it when he beat Arreola the first time. I thought that would be an okay fight, and I definitely think that it'll be a good fight, at least better than anyone else. I like Pulev too, though, to be honest with you. But I mean, either Pulev or Stiverne, if you get either of those guys in the ring with Klitschko, we're gonna have a better fight than we've seen in a long time with the Klitschko.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen. It's just like Robbie said, it's definitely getting good, at least in that division.
Let me ask you something. Would you be okay with Arreola? Would you be okay with Arreola and Wilder?
Yeah, I'll be okay with that, just to keep Wilder busy. I don't want him to keep, not being busy. And if he's not, I don't want him to go backwards and fight lesser competition like he's been fighting. I want him after the Malik Scott to continue that level. And I think that Arreola's on that level, you know what I mean? And it'll be a barometer fight to see where he's at. But I do want to say, speaking of Arreola, that, that's what I was let down by, that ESPN, again, they're the most powerful. Let's be honest. Their website ranking, it's like a fucking 35 out of every single website in the world. And then they have unlimited coverage and access. And again, they failed us. They failed us, the diehards, the ones that want boxing back on the grand stage. And we seen their version of manipulation, the same thing HBO and Showtime do. They were rooting for Arreola. We had so much coverage of Arreola. It was like Arreola and his daughter, Arreola crying, Arreola in a sit-down, Arreola in the gym, Teddy Atlas with Arreola. And we had one thing on Stiverne. They didn't introduce us to Stiverne for nothing, and I think that was disrespectful because he had already beat fucking Chris. So, like, why are you banking on the fucking Mexican? Why? Because he's Mexican and he can sell more, and that's why this fight was where it was at, and it's unfair that even on that level, they did it again. Let's take it out to the streets, man. It's fucking horrible. 650. You're live on the Boxing Voice. Who is this? Where are you calling from?
Is this me? This is 650.
Yes.
What's up?
Where are you calling from?
Oh, hey. This is Jess from Mountain View in the Bay Area. And, yeah, I was there. I was right in the front row. And, I was a little ways back. But, a couple of things is, there were only 3,300 people there. And, they didn't do the greatest of maybe, marketing that fight. However, there was a hockey game and a Clippers game, I guess. But I'll tell you, just sitting that close to the ring and there wasn't much, crowd noise, you could hear Stiverne's punches versus Arreola's punches. I mean, it was like, man, when he would crack him, you could definitely hear it. And I noticed that the fight turned south for Chris when he stopped using his jab. I don't know why he did, if his hand was fucked up or whatnot, but when he was using that jab and using it, man, it just seemed like he could have won that fight. If he would have stayed off the ropes and kept him at bay with that jab. But when he got hit on top of the head, it was all over, unfortunately. And yes, I did pick Arreola. And by the way, the night before, or the day before, I had a chance to sit down with Arreola. I was having a beer and he came into the same restaurant. Freaking awesome. Yeah, thank you. And one question I did ask him is if Henry Ramirez, disappeared, who would he pick for a trainer? And he picked Tony Atlas, which I thought was interesting. But anyway, so that's my 2 cents on the fight.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in, brother, and we hope to hear you again. James, what you think on that call?
it's kind of, I mean, it was in Southern California. I thought that Chris Arreola would bring a lot more out, especially, with a lot of Mexican fan base. But, I mean, he's an American Mexican, so let's be honest. Sometimes they don't accept him nearly as much as if he was the diehard, like, blood actual Mexican. So, I mean, and to be honest with you, a lot of people were picking Stiverne. It was like 75% of the people were picking Stiverne. So I think a lot of people saw that as an unbeatable fight for Chris, and I don't know. It doesn't shock me that he picked Teddy Atlas. One, Teddy Atlas did a lot with Mike Tyson earlier in his career. And two, he just got done helping him out in the middle of the gym, so I'm sure he kind of felt inspired by what Teddy Atlas said to him. So, I don't know. Teddy Atlas is a great trainer, though. I love listening to his commentary on ESPN. Some people talk shit. He might be losing his mind, but I like him.
Me too. I do like him, and I was happy to see him again on this grand stage, on the big stage. It felt like an HBO fight, especially being able to fast forward it. Like, everything felt good. It felt good watching it, man. I hope they continue to do that. Let's take it out to the streets. 11111. Who's this? Last one was a prank caller.
Hello, is that me?
That's you.
Hi guys, I just want to talk about the Chris Stiverne and Chris Arreola and whatever the other guy's name.
Bermane Stiverne.
You got your computer playing in the background? Can you pause that or something? We're going to go back to you, brother. Get it together. 925, you're on the boxing voice. Who's this? Where you calling from?
What's up? It's Lukey Dog. What's good, Ness?
Lukey! Yo, how'd it feel to watch your man get buried last night?
Who, Arreola?
Yeah.
Yeah, I smiled slightly, but I kind of saw that one coming, especially 2 weeks ago at the Thurman card. Just his overall demeanor, I didn't think was a good mindset going into that fight, He was very confident and walking around as though he was the champion already. And it was a good fight, man. I just called up because I really, really, really hope ESPN pulled in a good number because I think that's really important for boxing. If we could get just a high number to encourage boxing on somewhat network television,
Totally agree with you, my friend. Totally agree. My fingers are still crossed.
You think they're going to showcase Wilder on this type of stage? Because I feel like he's the type of crossover heavyweight superstar that an ESPN type casual fan might enjoy, a guy who knocks out people, knocks out internet trolls, just a knockout artist, and I think that's the guy that you might want to invest in, not these kind of guys who, let's face it, when you look at them, they kind of look like pudgy guys that just win bar fights,
Well, they already kind of try to do that a little bit with him on the Fox Sports cards because I think his last two fights, other than the one on the Danny Garcia fight, he was headlining at the Fantasy Springs or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think I'd ever see a Golden Boy card on ESPN. But I'd be totally okay with it. I mean, I think they're just gonna start showcasing him on the headlining fights on Showtime, make him a Showtime star.
What about CBS? Move him to. I feel like Deontay Wilder is such a talent. He should be a Universal type channel, like a CBS. Put him in with Joe the truck driver, But I mean, just put him out there.
Yeah, I'm tired of him against Joe the truck driver though. But to be honest with you, I'd love to see him go on CBS. To be honest with you, but the problem with that is that I don't think even Wilder's really been tested. That's why I want to get him in there with Chris Arreola because although Arreola has proved that maybe his chin isn't as amazing as we all think it is, he does still pack a punch. So he'll be able to test, I think, Deontay Wilder a little bit. So if he got past that test, then put him on there because we only have one chance when you're on CBS to kind of show an impression and kind of have everyone kind of talking about a fighter. It's not going to take just a fight on CBS to kind of reinvigorate our sport. We need a fighter that's going to get on there and just utterly dominate, someone that we all kind of know. So maybe Chris Arreola, Deontay Wilder, I guess, could be good for CBS, but until he's tested, man, I don't want to put my chips in there and just kind of gamble and say this might be the man. He gets knocked out cold, people are going to stop watching it because they're going to be like, well, they just keep showing people and they're going to keep pushing these people on us that just really don't mean shit. They're trying to build a star. We need to have a star go to CBS, not build one on CBS. I guess that's my thoughts.
Well, I agree. The Arreola Deontay Wilder fight would be fireworks. Somebody's gonna get knocked out, so that's the type of fight to do it with. Let's try 111 again. See if you got everything together. 111. Mute that computer and talk to us, brother.
Hey guys.
What's up?
I want to talk about the Chris Arreola and Stiverne fight.
Okay.
Was it just me who seen Chris Arreola winning the first half of the fight before he got knocked out?
No, I agree with you. I had it 48-46 at the time of the stoppage, I think.
Yeah, that's what I had it too. The only difference was when he got knocked out. And I can prove why he got knocked out and how he should have won that fight.
I had it 48-47 at the time of the stoppage, but I had 3-2 Arreola going into the sixth.
I can prove that he should have won that fight.
Well,
Chris Arreola?
Before he got knocked out. Yes, before he got knocked out.
How?
Before he got knocked out, he was working the jab, and that was setting up combinations to Stiverne. And Stiverne, if you didn't notice, he got wobbled in that fight.
Yeah, I know.
Was I the only person who seen that?
No, I seen it too.
Chris
Arreola hurt Stiverne numerous times in that fight. I said it a few seconds ago.
Yeah, but Arreola also got gassed too, so it's kind of hard to punch when you're fucking on the last tank of the level.
If he kept on using the jab, but incorporating head movement or moving side to side like Pacquiao, he could have avoided that overhand right from Stiverne and not been knocked out.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what Henry Ramirez was screaming at him.
Yeah. Well, 111. What's your name?
Jerry.
Jerry, man, thanks for calling in, brother. I'm going to go ahead and go on.
Hey, hold on. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
You know the trainer for Mike Tyson? I heard you guys commenting on him.
Teddy Atlas.
Yes, Teddy Atlas. He said he was giving tips to Chris Arreola, right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw a video of it.
Well, I think that was his mistake.
Yeah, but what he was giving him the exact advice that you were giving him. Move your head, basically. Use that jab to keep him off you.
Well, after the jab, it's very crucial to finish it with moving from side to side and head movement. But he didn't do that, and that's why he got caught with overhand right.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm pretty sure more people seen it the way you've seen it. 403, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Jose calling here from Canada.
What's up, Jose?
Jose, Canadian Jose, you know I'm taking that bet, right? I don't even know why you were attacking me on Twitter. Listen to this bet, James. This guy is crazy. Why wouldn't I take a bet where all I have to do is put Jose, what is exactly this bet anyway? You want me? He wants me never
man.
to use.
This bet is this bet's for your soul, man. If I win the bet,
James, he thinks that it's gonna hurt me so much if I can only play this.
Okay, we rolling. You ain't popping no champagne. You ain't popping no champagne. You ain't hopping no damn plane. Okay, we rolling. Hey.
Only whenever he calls in, he wants to own the rights to that soundbite by betting me that Laura will beat Canelo. And if Laura beats Canelo,
no, Laura will lose.
What?
Yeah, of course. He's Canelo all the way.
Yeah, I know you're betting Canelo. I'm saying it the opposite way, that you betting that that Laura won't beat. So of course I'm taking that bet, dude. Like I don't give a fuck about that shit. And plus it's easy money. Like we all know what's gonna happen there, buddy. But we're trying to keep this one on Stiverne Arreola because this is something that doesn't happen much in boxing. So, we just want to get everybody's overall thoughts of the telecast, the fight itself, and everything, I guess. A little bit of the commentary. What did you think of last night's boxing, man?
Oh, man, I was shocked, man. I thought I made a mistake when I was watching it. I thought it was a Friday night fight, and I accidentally caught it on Saturday. Man, it was amazing. I liked the production of it. Michael Buffer there. I still kind of think like a casual fan, man. I still want to be entertained every boxing match, and I was super entertained with it. I thought it was amazing. I think that if ESPN wants to play with the big boys, they have to get a good commentating team, man. They got to get rid of Atlas. He's just too over the top, man. He's a clown. Like, it's just too much, you know?
I think the one that needs to get going,
Maybe.
the one that needs to pack his bag, Jose, is Bernardo Osuna, man. That dude I hate Bernardo Osuna.
Yeah, the whole crew, they got to step it up, man. It's just not good, right? I think. I don't know. I didn't like them too much, but I think they had to sell Arreola, man. Like, I disagree with you, Ness. They had to sell him because, first of all, he's the American, and second of all, he's the underdog. So you always big up the underdog, and you create like an emotional connection with the fan base, right? I mean, Chris Arreola also proved that you can't just train for a couple of weeks and think you can do it, man. You got to be more professional, and Chris Arreola lost that fight because he had no physical endurance, man. He blew his load. He was done. Like, he was exhausted. He had no more steam in his punches. His game plan was going off because he didn't have like the mental strength to keep going because his body gave out on him. And you could see it. You could see that any second Stiverne was going to knock him out. And it happened, man. And I feel sorry for Arreola, but that's what happens when you take this craft. You don't take it as serious as you should, right? So, having said that, I want to see Stiverne fight against Wilder. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see him knock his ass out because I think Stiverne could take him easily as well. So that's what I think on that. What do you guys think? You guys think that Stiverne will have an easy time with that guy, or is he going to be forced to fight?
I just assumed that he's going to go for the easy money, or the big money rather, because Klitschko already expressed interest in the winner. So, like, why would he fight Wilder? Like, he's going to make more money with Klitschko. And it's the champion. It's the true champion. So, like, you can't even say he's wrong because he just fought someone and became the lone star champion. Now he would be in a unification bout. Like, nothing else is as big as that. So, like, he's not even gonna think of a Wilder. Shit, he said that last night anyway. He said it last night. He's like, I'm not even thinking about those guys. This is my time. I just won, and he grabbed the mic from a little ass Osuna.
Yeah, and plus getting Klitschko is like winning the Mayweather lottery up in the heavyweights.
It's the Mayweather of that division.
Maybe he stands a good chance, man. I mean, better than other people. You could see he's got a good punch, and I mean, I think of all the other people Klitschko's fought in a long time. I think it'll be interesting at least to see him. I just want to see somebody knock Wilder out, man. So I would love to see that because I'd hate to see Stiverne get his ass kicked and then just retire, right? So whatever. That's it, guys, man. You guys are so hard to get a hold of now, man. You got to hold online, and I see pictures of you and Jameson Rocket on ESPN all over the place. You guys there rocking your little pink polo shirt. So congrats on that, guys, and keep it going, right?
Polo shirts. What the hell are you talking about?
He's talking about that fucking picture that Abraham put up on Twitter.
Yo.
All right, boys. Peace out, man.
All right. I did come out on one of Golden Boy's pictures. They took a picture of me interviewing Canelo. Let me see. 212, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
You can hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, let me get into... I want to talk about the Arreola-Stiverne fight.
Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Arreola look... Man, I don't know. He's just fat, man. Can't take... I don't know what's wrong with this dude. He's talking about he's in the best shape of his career, and look at him.
Did you notice too that halfway through the fight that he like popped a love handle? It was just like he looked kind of svelte for the first half, then all of a sudden like a love handle started like pouring up over the left side. I just like, what the fuck is going on? He says he lost 9 pounds, but it looks like he lost 9 pounds and rehydrated 15 more.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's naturally like that. He's not gonna get those 6-packs and stuff like that. I mean, that's just him.
I don't think you need to in that division. That's what I think he's banking on.
He's so jiggly though.
He's doughy as shit.
You know what I like to see? Tyson Fury versus Arreola. What y'all think about that?
Man, I
like that fight.
See them guys fight each other more than I want to see them fight a Klitschko. So I'd take it, but Tyson Fury's got his hands full with Chisora, man. I mean, Chisora. I seen that press conference video. Shout out to my friend on Twitter that sent me that. That was interesting right there. Those guys are some characters. You see, as much as I fucking talk about the UK, I love you guys. Can't you see that shit? I love me some Tyson Fury and Chisora. Those two guys are fucking funny as shit. He was about to fight with Tyson Fury's brother. That was hilarious.
What
about Huey?
Wilder versus Stiverne. What y'all think about that?
I'd take it, but like I said, I know that's not gonna happen because Stiverne is gonna go for the money, dude. Like, there's no sense for him to fight a Wilder.
And what sucks is that I think Klitschko would win that fight, and then he's gonna hold that belt fucking hostage.
I like to see Klitschko versus Briggs, man. Briggs is talking a lot of shit there.
I don't want to see Shannon Briggs versus my neighbor. I don't want to see that at all.
But it'll be a good stay busy fight for Klitschko, though. Think about it.
He shouldn't stay busy. That dude has so many good opportunities to fight. I'd be okay with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Mike Perez, or whoever the fuck you want. There's like 6 people there. I don't want Klitschko taking a stay busy fight because the last 6 years of his life has been stay busy, basically.
Oh, yeah. And I want to address Ness real quick. Yo, Ness, you a hater, man. How you gonna hate on Molina and Khan? Come on, man. You didn't even pick them to win, and then they do win, and you still giving them back. You still bashing them. What's up with that?
Molina didn't win.
I mean, no, I'm saying that they didn't win, but I'm confusing myself a bit here. You didn't pick them at least. You didn't give them a chance, and they did put up a good fight, and you still bashing them.
Yo, let me ask you something. You seen yesterday's fight, right? Arreola was winning it?
Yeah.
Okay. How did Stiverne look? Did he look like he was scared at any point, or he didn't think he could win, or was he not still talking shit to Arreola and trying to do some work, even though he was getting dazed here and there?
Yeah, but he was just waiting for his chance for Arreola to open up. He was just waiting on him. That was his game plan.
Okay, but he was getting hit, right?
Yeah, he was taking a few shots.
Okay, so now Collazo was doing the same exact thing. He was doing the same exact thing. He just ain't had the power. Nothing that Khan showed me that he was any better than what I thought he was a bunch of years ago. The only thing, like I said, and I gave him credit. I don't understand what y'all want me to do. Y'all want me to crown him because he calls himself king. No, I'm not going to crown him for that. The motherfucker showed that he could hold now and hit, but he still held too much. If you like that shit, see, I don't understand. Why is it okay to watch Khan with all the holding and pushing that he does, but Andre Ward do it, and we don't want him on our television? Like, Khan is holding ridiculously just too fucking much. Come on, man. Just be honest. Just be honest.
Man, come on. Just don't hate on him. Give him his credit. He did good. He won the fight, the most important, and he didn't look like shit like his last 2 fights.
Yo, you know what? I'm glad this got brought up, too, because I finally got a chance to watch this on TV and the replay this weekend. And, you know, I was shitting on him pretty much all week and since I saw it, but I mean, I guess it was a little bit better when I saw it on TV that I was kind of a little bit more impressed with him, but that dude has no power and he has no chin. So these people are going to bum rush him, they're going to come in at them, and you're going to beat the shit out of him. And I think most of the Collazo knockdowns appeared to be less like just him not having balance, more so than him getting cold clock and stunned. So I just
hurt him with the body shot. He hurt him with the body shot.
Yeah, I mean, anyone could get hit with a body shot. Body shots hurt, but what I'm saying is I don't think that Amir Khan has the power that he had down at 140, the comparable power. Down at 140, he at least packed a little bit of a punch. Up here at 147, he has below average, it appears to me, below average punching power. Last week I also said that I thought that his speed slowed down a little bit. I don't think he slowed down nearly as much as I thought he did when I saw him on TV. So I'll give him a little bit more credit than I did, but I'm still not impressed, and I'm still going to get shit on Twitter. So.
One last thing I want to talk about Chavez versus Gigi fight.
No. Now it's my turn. Who do you pick
Khan to
beat? Who do you pick Khan to beat at 147?
Devin Alexander.
Yeah, definitely Devin Alexander.
So wouldn't that be a step backwards to even fight Alexander?
I mean,
not over Collazo.
Actually, look, see.
Yeah, he's a more proven person than Collazo is.
Okay, see me.
I'd be more impressed with that fight.
I don't think Devin Alexander's a bad fight. I still think Devin Alexander got something left, and I think his resume has proved that. So I think that's a good fight, especially his second fight at 147. I would take that, but who would you? I don't think he would win that. I don't know if he would win that. I'm asking you, who would you pick him to beat in that division? Go.
Jesse Vargas.
He's 140.
He's reaching for. He know Khan's a bum. The first name is Jesse Vargas.
Nah, come on, man.
But he's 140 too. Jesse Vargas is 140.
Man, if you're a professional, I don't like calling people bums.
Yo, listen to me. What's your name?
Danny.
Danny. Listen, you have proved my point. The first name out your mouth, the newest champion in the division. Actually, he's not.
It's 140.
He moved at 140. Oh my God. Oh my God. You really trying to make it an easy win for fucking Khan. Oh my God. Yo, go ahead. I'm gonna give you another chance. Go ahead. Pick one more. Who else would he beat?
Yeah, I can't think of no one from the.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Oh shit. So
what about Kell Brook?
Porter. He ain't gonna beat Porter.
Yeah,
huh?
Definitely Kell Brook. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Kell Brook is.
Yeah, Khan will knock Kell Brook out. Have you seen Kell Brook last fight with Dasenchenko? He got wobbled by his bum, man.
Hey, listen, from now on, this is what we're going to do, James. We're going to interrogate every Khan fan, and we're going to ask these same questions because I don't understand. He just went from Jesse Vargas, 140-pounder, to Kell Brook, an unproven 147-pounder. Clearly, he's trying to give Khan the easiest fights in his career. Clearly, you are working for Al Heyman or Eric Gomez or fucking Espinoza. You're definitely some sort of matchmaker, my friend. Thank you for calling in. I'm going to move on to some other callers, but you're one hell of a matchmaker, making it real easy for Khan, I swear. 443, you're live on the Boxer Voice. Who's this? Where you calling from?
But Ness, Jesse Vargas has a belt.
Yo, Ness.
Yeah, but he's a 140.
I know, man. I was fucking with you. Chill, bro. I was fucking with you.
443, you're live. Who's this? Where you calling from?
That's the Slug, yo.
Slug, what it do?
What it do, man? What's going on?
You tell me,
I
man. Did you enjoy ESPN?
Huh?
I said, did you enjoy ESPN last night?
Yeah, actually I did, man. I was off. I was actually off on a Saturday night for a goddamn change, and I watched the fight. Hey, can you hear me? Cause you're breaking up.
No, I hear you loud and clear, brother.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you know what? I was on Chris Arreola's side, man, because I had never really seen the Burns fight until then. But the dude, he held on to his chains, man, and floored Arreola, man. I was like, shit. It was kind of back and forth to me anyway, though. They kept slipping and falling and shit over each other, and I was like, oh, damn. That's what heavyweights do now.
Were you happy to see like named fighters on ESPN for a change instead of like the up and coming prospects?
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. It was kind of exciting too, man. I was like, wow, I might become a regular of watching ESPN.
Yeah, well, at least they did the job then. At least they did their job then, because that, I was hoping that was their goal, to try and, draw in as many viewers as possible and definitely put on a product that'll be a return.
Well, you know what? I was pretty satisfied, man. I was pretty satisfied with that. Oh, Ness, I can't forget, man, before I get off here. I ain't forget about my man Wood last week with that motherfucking Khan, man. This dude, man, he reminded me of a fucking tube of preparation H. Wipe that motherfucking tube and shit across his goddamn lips. So that's all that come out of his mouth is shit. And I'm gonna get his ass and ginkgo biloba too. So
you know what I don't get? I don't get how you and Wood keep going at each other, and y'all from the same fucking hood. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy.
Hey, you know what?
You know
Dudes
what?
like him from around that,
Hey, Ness, dudes from around there is the reason why my hands are so fucked up now. They talk shit, and when I put my fist in their mouth, they shut the fuck up.
All right, Slug. I'm going to get to some other callers here, man. I'm going to get to some other callers. James, do you think that ESPN converted? Did they convert some fans over last night or what?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, anytime there's a good, I thought it was a good scrap regardless. I mean, there was points in it where it kind of slowed down a little bit, but I think it was still a good fight. And if anything's going to draw people over, it's going to be the heavyweight fight. So the more this keeps happening, man, I think that the better it is for the sport.
Now, before we close out this main event and head into some headlines, let's just remember that Amir Iman, not to be confused with Amir Khan, Amir Iman took on Yordani Ugas in an 8-rounder. So not only was he getting in there with a dude that was, levels above him in terms of competition and experience, he also put more pressure on himself by making it an 8-rounder, because that's less rounds to do what you got to do versus a guy that allegedly knows more than you. Shout out to him. Stiverne and Arreola punched that numbers. Stiverne landed 90 punches. Arreola landed 112. Stiverne threw 245. Arreola threw 306. And they both round out to percentage at 37%. And that's courtesy of CompuBox Punch Stats. Listen, we're talking numbers. Bradley Pacquiao numbers down. The Manny Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley Jr. welterweight. No, excuse me. Manny Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley Jr. welterweight title rematch on April 12th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas generated between 750 and 800 pay-per-view buys. Top-ranked promoter Bob Arum told ESPN.com that is a significant decline from what Pacquiao Bradley won generated when Bradley received a heavy disputed split decision that led to a worldwide outrage in June 12th. The fight generated 890 pay-per-view buys, and many expected the rematch to at least equal the first fight. We're between 750 and 800 buys. Sure, it's a disappointment, said Arum. HBO pay-per-view did not put out a formal release of the numbers like it often does, but it confirmed to ESPN that Arum's disclosure was on the mark. The fight generated approximately $49 million in gross pay-per-view revenue. So I guess Floyd always had a point. He makes more, he deserves more.
Floyd's never been KO'd either, and I think that took a lot of luster away from the people that casually watch it. I mean, that's if they're going to say it's between 750 and 800, we got to be real. It's probably closer to 750 or 750,000 or 500,000, whatever it is. Yeah, 750,000. But like, it's just. Yeah, that's all. I have nothing else to say. It's got to be because Pacquiao got KO'd. That's all it is. It's the Filipino fans still driving it. It's us, the diehards still driving it, and it's still the luster of Manny Pacquiao still lingering around. But it's obviously not there as much.
Yeah, man. Let's take it back out to the streets. 347. You're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Yep.
Hey, how's it going? This is Damon.
Damon, what's up? Eamon, right? Eamon,
Everything.
not Damon.
Yeah.
Eamon, what up, man? Where you been at?
from the Bronx.
Where you been at, brother?
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear, Eamon. Go ahead.
Yeah. Listen, I think that last night it was just it was as simple as he was just lacking a little bit of power, Arreola. I mean, I don't think there's, I thought he fought a great fight, but he was just lacking a little bit of power. He wasn't able to finish him. But it was interesting what you were saying about the Khan fight, and I think you said that people said he'd slowed down a little, and I think it's just that what Hunter done is working, and it worked really well, but I think that he has to think about it, so his reactions aren't as quick. So his offense has just, it's not quite as quick, and he doesn't seem to be in the right position to extend his arms at times because he's concentrating on his defense the whole time. But I think he's it works so well, the Andre Ward fucking manual like for him that it's like, you know, I mean, it puts him up there now, doesn't it?
I think Andre Ward would be good if you trained him. I don't think it's Virgil Hunter that trains Andre Ward good.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, he's definitely applying the same style, right?
I mean, he trains him the same way he would, yeah, so the tendencies are still there. I don't know. I just think that Khan's extra mass moving up to 147 slowed him down a little bit. He doesn't have that lightning quick speed that he usually has. He's still fast, don't get me wrong. Still probably one of the fastest in that division. I just don't think it doesn't stand out like he used to me.
But he seemed to be when he went to hit, he just seemed to have that moment of he had to think about his defense every time, and he always seemed to be, I thought, 4 inches too close to him. It was like his arm wasn't getting fully extended. You know what I mean? I think that's, I mean, for me anyway, just looking at it, that's what I thought. But and I don't know. I was talking to Vic on Twitter, and I don't know. I scored that fight easily for Mayweather. I don't know what, I thought Mayweather won that fight by 3 or 4 rounds.
I had it 8-4.
Yeah.
And I had it again the second time I watched it too. You know what's funny too? I want to go back to Khan real quick too. Is that the first opportunity I saw, like Khan jumps in with, like when he jumps in and kind of lunges in at you and kind of throw those punches. A lot of times he would kind of get stuck in the pocket and he would kind of push Luis Collazo off of him. The first person that goes in there and throws that counter left hook before he has a chance to push him is going to put Khan out again.
Yeah, maybe. And you know what he was trying to do? He was trying to rabbit punch on the way out. But like it wasn't working. I mean, the thing is that you've got to think to yourself, like even if he stays completely disciplined, it's not his natural style of fighting. So there's got to be thinking going on that's taken from something else. I mean, if you do something for 20 years of your life and somebody trains you to do it some other way, you're always going to have to think about it. It's, you know what I mean, not to do it.
Yeah, man. I definitely agree.
But
he's got his mind preoccupied. He just I don't know. To me, he didn't look as spectacular as people. He just got the win. That's all. And I know that it sounds like I'm hating because Khan knocked him down 3 times, but I just don't get how you knock a guy down 3 times and he's still coming at you Terminator style.
Yep.
The fuck? All I was waiting for Collazo to say was, "I'll be back." Like, what the fuck? He wasn't, like, if Khan did so good, why didn't he fucking stop Collazo? Why didn't he discourage Collazo? Why was Collazo not discouraged?
Yeah, well, listen, just before I go in, it's the one thing that I will give him is that in round 5, I actually texted a friend in San Francisco and I said Khan is fucked because of the way Collazo was coming after him. I was saying there's no way he's going to keep it together. And he did, man. He stuck in and he fought in the back foot and, you've got to hand it to him. He hit him with his best, and the guy was still coming at him, and he still lasted another 7 rounds and won.
He held a lot too. I like that. I like the double cross that he did. That's a new, I guess, part of his game that I liked, where he kind of just throws the overhand. But that's not going to work necessarily nearly as good with a right-hander as it does with the left-hander.
I'm saying, I don't know. If you guys want to give him credit for squeaking by, then fine, because that's all he's doing is squeaking by, in my opinion.
I think he did more than squeak by, though, to be honest with you. I think he did more than squeak by, but again, this is, like I said this last week, is that had Collazo not knocked out fucking Victor Ortiz, this would have been a showcase fight everyone would have been complaining about.
Yeah, well.
With the blood of a Scottish warrior coursing through his veins, this man proclaimed,
I fucking love boxing.
We're gonna get hated on for Khan. This is the leader of Khan's army. This is the general right here.
Yo, how many times has Ringside Robbie called in tonight?
Once.
I said I got I've heard his voice about 10 times.
No, he only spoke once. Well, you got something against Ringside Robbie? You got something against Ringside Robbie, my friend?
Nah, I think there's just a lot of prank callers kidding on the Ringside Robbie, but whatever.
We haven't had a prank call tonight.
I know.
You sound like a prank call. Get going.
I think you're pranking us right now.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk about Arreola, but everybody's talked about Arreola, so I just kind of wanted to talk about Bernard Hopkins and his stabbing Oscar De La Hoya in the back.
He didn't stab him in the back. He hit him with a left hook. Get it straight.
Oh yeah,
What did he do,
in
though?
the fight, but
Yeah.
inside the ring. Oscar De La Hoya was the one who brought Bernard Hopkins into Golden Boy, made him a mainstream star, made him get double figures, millions. And as soon as Oscar De La Hoya is down and out, Bernard Hopkins fucking goes with Al Heyman, goes with Richard Schaefer, stabs Oscar De La Hoya in the back. Richard Schaefer and Al Heyman aren't boxing men, but just with Bernard Hopkins being there, standing next to him, legitimizes these people. And Bernard Hopkins thinks he's not after money, I don't think. He's after status, he's after power. That's the kind of impression I get. And I love Bernard Hopkins' interviews. I love this Rocky story. He came from nothing, but his fights are boring as fuck. No one's saying this about Bernard Hopkins. No one's saying that he's just standing next to Richard Schaefer all the time, legitimizing him. Legitimizing Al Heyman. If you've been paying attention, I've been paying attention to the latest Bernard Hopkins interviews on The Boxing Voice and other places like LA Sapeback. Man, he has just stabbed Oscar De La Hoya in the back. He's made his allegiances. He's made his decision to go with them. I just think that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit how he always gets a free pass. And everybody's afraid of him. Like, you won't say anything to him because you might meet him. I'm never going to meet him. I think he's a cunt. I think he's a reptilian, slimy bastard. I think where he's from, loyalty is seen as weakness. I think it's the fucking strength. And I think more people should be speaking out against this kind of thing, and more people should be supporting Oscar De La Hoya. Because he's the good guy in this. He's not Don King, he's not Bob Arum, he's not fucking Richard Schaefer. Richard Schaefer's a banker, remember that. Being a cunt is in his blood.
Yo, it's hard for me to comment on that because I don't know the backyard dealings and shit. So if I say Bernard Hopkins is a piece of shit and I find out later that Bernard Hopkins is actually on the right, you know what I mean? Maybe it's Oscar De La Hoya doing some shady shit. I don't know, man. That whole situation is kind of fucked to begin with. And to be honest with you, I mean, I hear that it's getting better, and apparently Oscar De La Hoya and Richard Schaefer are kind of making up. And I think who knows? Maybe it's going to get better, and we're going to kind of fucking look back at this, and we're not going to fucking matter. But to be honest with you, I don't want to bring race into this, but there's one thing that we do know that Bernard Hopkins has always said that he would stick with, African Americans and stuff like that. So maybe that's what he's doing. He's feeling, and plus, let's be honest, Al Heyman right now it has more power than Oscar De La Hoya does. So is it a smart business decision? Yeah. I mean, they always say business is not friendship. So I can't. When people talk to me and ask me who I think is on the wrong or the right in this situation, I don't know either of these people personally, and I don't know what's being said behind closed doors. So it's kind of hard for me to judge. I don't think that Bernard Hopkins is doing anything wrong. He's doing what's good for his family. He's following the money. That's what business is. I hate on it because maybe it's killing our sport, but who knows? I honestly don't think that this breakup is going to happen anymore. But that's famous last words from a guy like me.
Well, Nez, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I spoke to Oscar a couple of days ago, and he told me that, things are being worked out and that Richard's not going anywhere. So until we see it official, that's all I know. I mean, I don't know. I was shocked that Bernard, took sides because I just would automatically assume he would take the side of the fighter, and he didn't do that. And there has to be a reason for that. I think Robert called in last week and he said that, him being in a band, he's dealt with, his friends or his band members go through addiction. And maybe to Richard and to Bernard, they are on the inside and they get to see Oscar De La Hoya's addiction firsthand. and maybe they're used to this. So like when he says, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this," it's kind of like the little boy that cried wolf. Isn't this what his second, third time in rehab? He's had numerous, things going on in his life. I mean, maybe they're just looking at him as a drug addict. I mean, you have to think about it that way. Maybe they're saying this guy is constantly on drugs. He doesn't know what he's going to do with this company, and we're not going to allow him to run it into the ground because guess what? I'm a shareholder.
And we know a tenth of the situation where they know all of it.
And again, all speculation, man, all speculation. There hasn't been any solid piece of evidence put out that these people are even feuding outside of some quotes that Richard said about, him leaving if Oscar tried to deal with Aram. I mean, there's not really much. I mean, there's little quotes here and there that they're giving us. So, but in the same quote, you got a guy like Richard saying, well, if he works with Bob Arum, I'm leaving. Then you got Mayweather saying, well, if you leave, I'll give you a job. But then at the end of Richard Schaefer's quote, it's like, oh, but, me and Oscar are working things out. So it's like, come on, man. I mean, what is it? I think, what if it's just publicity, Keep everybody on their toes. I don't fucking know.
I think that Bernard Hopkins and Richard Schaefer owe Oscar De La Hoya their career. Tio Trinidad brought Hopkins in from the cold by fighting him. But Oscar De La Hoya made Bernard Hopkins mainstream. And he owes him at least something. A bit of loyalty, a bit of respect.
How do you know that he's not paying Oscar De La Hoya back by not allowing Oscar to be the head or the person in control of his company because he's probably inconsistent? True. I mean, listen, we're speculating anyway. We had an awesome fight on ESPN for free, and you want to talk about Oscar De La Hoya?
Man, Chris Arreola, you know what I thought funny about that fight? Stiverne kicked his ass. And then after the fight, he gave Chris Arreola a hug, and then he said, come to my gym, I'll teach you some things.
So, hey, I'm gonna switch it up.
Fucking hell, you just kicked his ass, and then...
I want to switch it up here because you're the perfect guy to talk to this about. Who the hell is this guy Ricky Burns is fighting now?
Some Balkan guy for the Balkans. A guy I've never heard of. This is
guess
like
what?
10 steps back.
He's fighting for some kind of WBC Silver International, I don't know, something title. He's out of control.
This is beyond British level. This is like, I don't even know who this guy is. Like, and I've Googled him. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't even know why this is like, why can't they give him a British level guy? At least, as my man Jose says, a sexy name. I can't even pronounce this guy's name.
Yeah, you want to talk about someone getting a shot that no one's ever heard of? What about Daniel Estrada being ordered to fight Omar Figueroa? Who the fuck is Daniel Estrada?
I don't know.
I looked him up. He fought Arakawa. That's the only name I know.
I mean, Omar Figueroa's got no hands left. He's fucking broke it on that Japanese guy's chin. But
he's hitting him with nubs.
Go, guys. I know you guys are busy as fuck. What about these rumors about Danny Garcia going to be the one fighting Floyd Mayweather next and not Marcus Maidana?
Shut up. Don't you?
You not heard about that?
You don't bring that blasphemy on the show like that.
Don't lie. Don't fucking lie. It's not Christmas.
He's starting rumors on our show, Ness. Fucking bang on him. Get him out of here.
It's not fucking Christmas to tell me that Danny's going to fight Mayweather. Nah, that won't be a Christmas present. That would be a fucking nightmare. He better stay away from Mayweather.
Yeah, fuck yeah. He thought Herrera was issues.
He doesn't need Mayweather.
I think Danny could beat Mayweather.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mayweather, they just fought there.
Yeah.
You and Angel Garcia. That's it.
You imagine MV2 and Angel Garcia hanging out talking about Danny's gonna beat Mayweather. Me too, man. Let me get you some other callers in, man. Filbert, what's going on, brother?
Hey guys.
What's up?
I came to. It's 2 weeks late, but I came and rang in and told you Amir Khan's gonna win.
Oh yeah, I remember this guy. This is the guy you try to trick up. Get him, Filbert. Get him.
Few fighters Amir Khan can beat in 147. Can
Yes,
beat
what's your list?
Alexander. Can beat Guerrero. He can beat Brook. He can beat Malignaggi, Bundu.
Wait. Let's go back a few names because I'm not sure he beats Guerrero.
I don't think he beats Maidana.
Not Guerrero that beat Bertha.
That's a good fight though.
With that pressure.
That's a great fight though. I want to see that shit.
Speed kills.
Yeah.
Kills Khan when his speed comes into the fucking right hook or left hook.
That's a good fight though. That's a good fight. That would be a good
that.
fight for Khan. Because he needs a common opponent with Floyd, so it's like, oh, look what I did versus this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I want that fight actually. That's a real good fight.
That's a good fight.
I'm a
Khan
fan, but I'm not saying he should fight Floyd.
Okay, but let's keep on with this. You said Alexander and Guerrero.
Did I hear Maidana?
Both of those names, I don't agree. I'm not sure. I'm not saying I don't agree. I'm just not sure he beats them. Who else you think he beats now?
Over at HBO, he beats Marquez, he beats Arreola.
Yeah. Marquez would be a toss-up, man. I think Marquez would catch him.
That would be a good fight.
No. Again, old Marquez.
I think I don't know, man. I think, you see, even versus Alvarado, I think it's a tough fight because those are just guys that have that lion heart, man. Like, I don't know. Those are some tough fights.
You're
I'm telling
biased.
you.
Yes, you're biased.
Biased, man. I just don't believe in Khan because he doesn't handle pressure well. And you're talking about Alvarado. You know, he could be a pressure fighter. He's definitely a guy that gets on the inside and he does well on the inside. Then, you know, Marquez. I mean, damn, you talk about Marquez. Like, you know, I don't know if Khan. Maybe Khan can't do it. I don't know. Those are good fights. At least you pick some good fights that I think would be entertaining because I think a Guerrero Khan would be very fun.
Yeah, I think Marquez would spark him out though.
I want to see Wilder versus Stiverne.
Yeah, but we know that's not going to happen. Stiverne is not going to go the Wilder route, man. He's going to go for the money.
And the reason Ricky Burns is chasing Figueroa. So the guy he's fighting is for WC to get him up the rankings, the WC ranks. He wants that green and gold belt.
Ricky Burns can't beat Figueroa, and Figueroa proved that he's a bum.
Leave it to Ricky Burns to want the low-hanging tray.
Yeah, he's definitely going for the low-hanging fruit. Oh, man, Ricky Burns.
That green and gold belt. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to your show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Filbert. Yeah, man, I don't know about that Ricky Burns character, but that would be a fun fight too. I want to hit this iTunes review up. This is a freaking funny one, and he's taking some shots at Boogie Down Sean. So this comes from The Champ is, no, that's the title of the review. The Champ is here. 5-star review. It's by JC. He says, the Boxing Voice isn't just the best boxing podcast in iTunes. It's the best boxing podcast, period. Listen to one episode and you're guaranteed to be hooked. You will find another show. No, you will not find another show that opens up the discussion to the listeners like the Boxing Voice, creating a barbershop atmosphere where everyone can be heard, from the highly informed. Wait a minute. Did I read this shit last week? I think I might have read this one last week. Did he say anything about the PS still waiting for Boogie Down Sean to call in and eat his crow after picking Mayweather to lose to Canelo by brutal knockout? Please don't allow him to call back until he mans up and does. Did I say that already?
I don't know. I was halfway on the show last week, remember? Maybe. I don't remember.
Yes. He's got a PPS. Floyd Mayweather just beat a super middleweight in a tough fight, which he was head-butted, low-blowed, knee to the face and even tackle to the ground, and you haters still won't give him his credit. Hate Mayweather all you want, but the facts are the facts. Go back to watching soap operas if you do not understand the sweet science, pussies. I don't know if I read this, but this is a good fucking review, man. Thank you to JC, man. I wanted to make sure I put that out there. I kind of chopped it all up because I wasn't sure. I want to see who's this. I don't know if I went to this caller. 152. I never heard of this area code in my life. Who is this? Where are you calling from?
Is that a country code?
Hello?
Yes, 152. Where are you calling
Hello?
from, brother?
Me? Yeah, I'm calling from the UK.
You need to get on Skype, man.
Yeah, you need to get on Skype, Playboy.
It's all right. I've got a good deal. I've called you guys before last year, but so don't worry about it.
Okay. So talk to
yeah,
us,
I just
brother.
wanted to talk about the Arreola fight yesterday, and just your thoughts on Don King. I mean, he seems to be the elephant in the room, and the fact that Stiverne's obviously now got the WBC belt. Everybody knows about the relationship Don King had with the WBC. Obviously now Salomon's passed away, his son's taken over. So all this talk, I think, about Don King, you know, and arranging the fight with Klitschko, I just can't see that happening because Don King hasn't waited all these years to get his hands on the heavyweight championship just to let it slip. So I was just curious as to what you guys thought as to the Don King influence, because he's back and I can't see him going away until he's 6 foot under.
Well,
yeah, that's a good point, though.
I don't think Don King's going to have any problem making this fight because at the end of the day, promoters want to make money, and this is the biggest money fight he can get. I mean, because again, if you take Stiverne another route, he's not guaranteed to win. So a loss over, you know, to a Deontay Wilder or a Jennings or a Pulev or a Tyson Fury, it's more detrimental to his career.
But my point, let
me finish so you can understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a loss.
Don King.
What I'm saying is a loss.
In so much that in the past he always walked in with the champion and walked out with the champion. So now he has that WBC. He knows that you know, to arrange a fight, he can do something. You know, he can sit the fighters down, sit down with the promotional teams, and say, well, look, if you want to fight for it, I also want a part of the new champion. So I don't see that belt leaving America anytime soon, whether they get a Tony Thompson, whether they get a Brian Jennings, whether they bring a David Hay over, or a Tyson Fury. I think there's a lot of money to be made by recycling that championship belt inside of America, taking on some sort of tour, but Don King not losing his grip on that belt. That's all. I'm just looking at the past, and I'm just saying, sure, the Klitschko fight, but it's a one-time deal. How much money is going to be made? How many people in America are going to tune into that? Klitschko's never been that much of a draw. You know, like the other caller said, you know, it's on ESPN. Is it going to be much of a pay-per-view deal? I see more money being made by taking, you know, the belt. Forget Stiverne, but taking the movie, Don King having the influence on the WBC belt. And he had a great relationship with Solomon, and I believe he must have a similar or some sort of relationship with his son, who is now controlling the WBC. That's my only take. So that's what I was just thinking, really. That perhaps we're underestimating the Don King, you know, sleight of hand, let's say.
I don't know. I don't agree because, you know.
Okay, fair enough.
Don King had Tavares Cloud, and Tavares Cloud wasn't really put in soft. Like, he fought Campillo, he fought
Bernard Hopkins.
Like, these are all Don King fights. So, like, I don't know. Don King is what he is at this point, and he's kind of like, a wounded animal just getting by. Like, he doesn't have fighters. So I understand your theory that he's going to try and hold on to this belt, but he doesn't have anywhere to turn. And that's what I was trying to explain. Like, it's no given that Stiverne beats Wilder, and that's a more detrimental loss to a career of Stiverne. Just like a Tyson Fury. Like, if you lose to Tyson Fury, it's a bigger loss than if you lost to Klitschko, because losing to Klitschko, so what? Everybody does. He's been beating up the last fucking top 20 guys for a bunch of time now. So, like, all right, you lost to Klitschko. Like, nobody cares if you lose to Mayweather. Like, Canelo lost to Mayweather. Look, he's still on pay-per-view. We about to buy this Laura fight. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal to lose to the best. You don't get faulted for losing to the best.
He's not there anymore?
Well, no. I mean, we're just talking in general. I mean, how do you feel?
No, man, I feel the exact same way because, I mean, it kind of makes a little bit of sense, too, if he was pretty confident that he might want to kind of get quantity over quality. He could try to go to the Wilder way, win that, you know what I mean, then go down to like a Mike Perez, win that, kind of get a lot more fights under his belt where then he could start massing up a market. But you're exactly right, man. Don King has showed us in the past that he's looking for the easiest money in the fastest way possible anyway. I think he's going to go after that Klitschko fight, and I think he's going to push it.
Hey, man, I don't know, but, man, Donovan George, I think this dude is, like, heading to Colombia to fight for some minor title. He was supposed to be fighting on Fight Night Club in Hammond, Indiana on June 20th, but that fight is off because he got this better opportunity for this minor title, but it's in Bogota, Colombia. Like, this is like where shit could go down off TV, no one sees you, and you're brought in as the name for some kid. Oh man, it's I don't know if that sounds good.
I don't know, man.
The only thing that's been finalized for this Canelo pay-per-view is Juan Manuel Lopez taking on Francisco Vargas.
I like that fight.
Yeah, but I mean,
I like that fight.
Why isn't anything else being talked about?
I don't know. I mean, when is it? It's like 2 months away. We still got a little bit of time, but if you start thinking about it, actually, we got about 8 weeks left, and then we need about a 6-week training camp. So in the next 2 weeks, I imagine there'll be a lot more fights shaking out. There's plenty of Golden Boy fighters that are available.
Well, remember the rumor was Kell Brook and Porter and Leo Santa Cruz also on this card.
I read someone that Frampton and what's his name, fucking Quigg are now going to start negotiating to try to get that fight. Is that true? Has any UK callers going to kind of vouch for that? I want to know if that's true because I want to see Frampton versus Cruz. That's a great fight too, man. Put that shit on that undercard.
Yeah, man. Frampton Cruz, I would like it. They need to make it a solid undercard, and Oscar De La Hoya made a point of saying that, that they're going to keep in the same fashion of making solid undercards. But, this frees up a lot of people.
But they think every card is a solid undercard, though, so they're just going to go back to the fucking, we made a great card for you. We got 3 champions. Blah. Every card for them is a great card. So
everybody's free now, though. Thurman is free. Porter is free. Alexander is free. Guerrero is free. Like, they can make some shit happen in a lot of divisions. Charlos are well, no, one of the Charlos is signed to fight somebody already.
Yeah, wait, both of them are, aren't they?
I don't know, but Molina's out, so I wonder if they're gonna do that Jermell Charlo fight again.
In Mexico, though? Come on.
Hey man, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Ronnie Shields will go over there. You see how confident he is.
Still a bad fight, but who knows?
So what do you think about this upcoming fight, man? Because, boxing is kind of high and dry right now. But we got, of course, this weekend, all we had was the Chris fight. That's another thing, dude. That wasn't enough boxing for me. I literally went and watched some Terrence Crawford fights on my Apple TV. But
I'm glad the replay was on.
Is going to be fighting Martin Honorio. What do you think about this fight? I mean, Honorio's a pretty battle-tested dude. And Orozco has all this hype, right? Isn't he like an Olympian or something? I think it's one of Vic boys.
I don't know if he's an Olympian. Maybe, I don't know. But I know in his last fight, he got dropped in the first round at Fantasy Springs, and then he came back and knocked this dude fucking out cold. I forgot who he was fighting, but yeah, he has a good amount of power, and that's exactly what he is. So it'll be an interesting fight, man. I'm excited for it. Like I don't know. He's a Fox Sports 1 guy, man. That's exactly what he is right now. But that's a good fight, especially because this weekend was kind of dry, like you said, man. I'm just glad that replay was there, and then the fucking epilogue was there for the Mayweather-Maidana fight. But I just need more boxing. We went through so many weekends where we had so much that my DVR couldn't handle it. Now we're dried up again, and I fucking hate that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. On the undercard is another set of junior featherweights because the first one is featherweights. Manuel Avila versus David De La Mora. And then on Friday, we're going to have ESPN Deportes in Montreal, Canada. Delvin Rodriguez back in action versus everybody's punching bag. Doshim Alcine or whatever. Basically, the guy that got lost to every name he's fought. And Derek Rossi is going to be fighting Joe Hanks in a heavyweight 10-rounder. I'm happy to see Joe Hanks on. He lost to Andy Cruz, right?
Yeah, didn't he give up or something though? If I can remember correctly.
That was weird, but he lost that fight. I like Andy Ruiz. I said Cruz by mistake. Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm excited about is this, man. I really would have went to this fight, but of course, I cannot do this shit full time because it doesn't pay me. So I would be stuck in traffic, but I want everyone to tune into Showtime. It's a Lou DiBella promoted card. It's going to be in Manchester, Connecticut. If you want to see some action, Joel Diaz Jr. versus Tyler, I don't know who this guy is, Alice Lean. I hope he's good because Diaz is good. Joel Diaz Jr. is the goods, man.
Frank Galarza also is an exciting fighter. He's raw as shit, but he's got some power. So
yeah, he's good. Remember, his only draw is to the big tall kid from Washington. I forgot his name.
Then he knocked that dude out the last time we saw him on TV. He knocked him out in the second round when I thought he was actually going to lose that fight. So.
Yeah. And you're going to have Basti Samayer versus Derek Webster, also on the undercard, 2 super middleweights. And then you got Travis Perkins versus Larry Pryor, 8-round light heavyweight. There's like a lot of fights, man. Go Fight Live TV is also going to have a card out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jerome Rodriguez. He works out of that Ronald Cruz gym. And he's going to be taking on Liam Nelson, not to be confused with Liam Nielsen, the actor. Junior welterweights there in that fight. Mark Rideout. That's a hot last name there. He's going to be taking on Joey Dolgico. I don't know who the hell this is. But is this... Oh, heavyweights. Yes. Yo, this kid Joey is pretty nice. He lost last time I was hyping him up. He lost. But he's a fat kid like Andy Ruiz that moves really well at heavyweight. If he could just like maybe drop down to cruiserweight, James, this kid could be all that. He moves crazy. And he's white, too. He's got some fucking rhythm in his movement. But he's just he's undergunned for heavyweight, man. But he does well. And I'm sure what everybody's going to be tuned in March 17th out of Inglewood, California. Juan Manuel Marquez is going to be taking on Mike Alvarado. I haven't even fully finished watching their first episode. Did you?
No, I didn't even know it was on. I have it on my DVR then. Shit. Okay.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying about these fights? Like, people are like, oh, Ness, you complain because Top Rank is matching up all their guys. Yeah. This is why. No one called in to say they watched that first episode yet.
Yep. Nope. And yo, the amount of HBO shows that me and you watch, have you seen one fucking preview for any of this shit? No. I haven't.
No.
They're not pushing it. So, that's a good fight too, man. Somebody texted me last week going like, hey, yo, you're going to have the fights next weekend? I'm like, what's next weekend? He's like, Mike Alvarado versus Marquez. I'm like, oh, shit. That is. Almost every fucking fight on Showtime is always constantly being fucking pushed. HBO needs to step up their goddamn game and push their boxing.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Speaking of Andy Ruiz, he's going to be on Unimas. And I just found out I have this fucking channel, too. I'm going to start watching these. Jose Ramirez, guy we had on, he's going to be... This is weird. He's headlining with a 6-rounder. Andy Ruiz is the co-main. It's fucking crazy. Jose Benavidez is back. He's going to be taking on Angel Hernandez.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
Angel Bonanza Hernandez.
I don't know. That name sounds really familiar, though.
Wait. And another network that they don't offer me, the AWE network, Lee Shelby is going to be fighting. And Nathan Cleverly's also going to be fighting Sean Corbin.
I still can't sign up for that AWE bullshit, man. I don't know why the British people don't want to take my money. That's all I'm trying to do is give you some fucking money.
Also on that card is Gary Buckland versus Gavin Reese, and Gavin Reese has said that this is going to be his last fight, I think, win or lose.
Oh. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, this Angel Hernandez guy has like a 500 record. He's 16-15.
Oh, no, that's not him.
That's not him, yeah. But I like Andy Ruiz, man. A lot of people talk shit about his weight. If he could slim down a little bit, like you said, man, he's light on his feet for a guy that's that big. So I like Andy Ruiz. I like to see him again. I like to see him fight.
Yeah, man. Let's get into this chat room roll call. Let's see who's out there. And another right hand, Ari Gold, Boss, Cedric Sports, Gute, Dave the Sinister, Goon 28. Who else we got here? Jasmine guy. Okay. Jaspanchi? I don't know what that is. Juggernaut. We need to get one of you guys to read these names. Who's else? Cam UK. That's my boy right there. Cam, man, you should make me another one, yo, because I heard yours and you got my Robbie. Yo, this guy got my Robbie in his intro, but it sounds hot. That just sounds hot. Cam, you're so fucking talented, dude. Shout out to you. Killer Sean. Oh, shout out to Killer Sean. He's always in the chat. KM Star. Nothing for Sutton. Ringleader X Dank. Slug Aiden. They're crazy. Slug 1023. Wood from Baltimore. Z334. Shout out, shout out. Nah, it's not a short show, brother. I mean, I'm here. I'm ready to keep it moving. You know, it's just callers are not in today. I know it's Mother's Day, man, but you know, rain, sleet, snow. I'm here, man. I told you I'm here. Once I'm back in my crib, I'm here. So it's just not a lot of callers here. But let me see. We got a new caller here, 201. You're live on the Boxing Voice. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's what's popping?
Talk to us.
Hey, I just got a few things to say. I remember when I was at that press conference with you for a little bit, when Oscar was at the round table at the very end, when I asked him how many Al Heyman fighters are currently under contract with Golden Boy. He said he doesn't know exact number, but he could give me an estimate. And I'm like, well, please give me an estimate. And he's like, oh, well, that's an Eric Gomez question. That, to me, tells me that he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And he needs to get his head up out of his ass.
Yeah, well, luckily we got that on video.
Yeah.
Luckily, we got that on video and everyone sees, because there was a lot of top dog reporters there, James, asking bullshit. And me and Sev came through like fucking the juggernauts of boxing and just asked the shit people really wanted to know.
Yeah, and that, you know, from what I could see, a month ago I wasn't able to tell this, but from where I can see right now, Steven Espinoza, Al Heyman, Richard Safer, they're definitely on one team, and they're basically robbing Showtime's money and putting it in their pockets and giving a small percentage to the fighters. And they're basically using Golden Boy to promote these fighters, and none of them are actually under contract, including Canelo, in my opinion. I highly doubt that guy is under contract. I don't think any of these fighters are under contract, and that's why De La Hoya couldn't answer my question. For those of you guys who don't know, just go to that video where he's at the round table and everyone's asking him questions, go all the way to the end. This guy couldn't answer the question. And I feel bad for De La Hoya, and I hope he gets his shit together, because his company, Al Heyman, will have no problem whatsoever taking those fighters somewhere else, because none of them are under contract.
Yo, I think Canelo's signed to a contract, though, and I think he's probably been signed for a while, though. If anyone has got to be Canelo.
Yeah.
You know why I say this, James? Aside from what happened, it's because if you don't remember, a year ago, he threatened to stop fighting in America and go back to fighting to Mexico if he doesn't get the Floyd fight guaranteed after he fights Trout. And that was not an empty threat, because he knew that he wasn't bound to a contract. And then Golden Boy had to kiss his ass and give him that promise.
I think that was just probably them bending to their A side, essentially. But I mean, I see your point, and that's what I was going to ask you, is if you think that it was a matter of him not knowing how many contracts that or if he doesn't want, like, him not necessarily knowing, and him knowing the actual number and not want to let the cat out of the bag. Because we've always speculated that we just don't think that he has, there's probably not as many signed fighters as we think the Golden Boy, which is probably making De La Hoya shit his pants. But at the same time, do you think De La Hoya would be doing this all-out war if he only had Canelo signed a contract? I don't think so. I think there's a fair amount.
Sure, he sat down already and, got an update of what's going on. And I'm happy to see Eric Gomez still there with Oscar, translating for Canelo and everything, because Eric Gomez, let's be honest, he's the matchmaker. At the end of the day, he's the matchmaker, and he's definitely what's going on right over there. Hopefully he doesn't leave too.
Yeah, and I was actually happy to see that too, because I know that he's been Oscar's friend for a very long time. And just one more thing before I leave is I saw the fights last night with Chris Arreola and Stiverne. I'm really glad that Stiverne won, because I thought he was the better fighter going in. I actually don't even know. I thought the rematch wasn't even necessary because it was a clear-cut win and a pure beatdown. And Arreola, he's a bum. He always was a bum. But the shot that he got hit with, anybody would have got affected because that was right on the temple. But I'm just glad for Stiverne, and I congratulate him. All right, guys. Peace.
Peace, man.
Brother. We got another 1-1 caller here. Let me see who's this. 1111. Who's this? 1111. All right. Let's kick it back out to Robbie. See what Robbie got for us.
Hey guys.
What's up?
I'm glad it's a slow show. First of all, MTV, the Scottish person. I don't know why you're picking on me, because I'm just like one of you. I come on here and express my opinion. So I don't know what your problem is, MVQ. I couldn't think your name for a minute, but
I don't think he was picking on you. I think he just thought he heard you a bunch of times on the call.
No, I only come on when Ness brings me on. I'm here for every show. I'm here for 3 hours each time, and I'm here for when you guys need me.
You're loyal as shit, man. I love it.
That's just the kind of guy I am.
Well, let's take it to the streets, Robbie. We're gonna keep you on there. Let's take it to the streets. We got another caller here. 718. You're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? 718. Got the dogs in the background. What's going on? Who's this?
It's Antonio from Mobley. What's up, man?
Antonio, what up, man? You better feed them pit bulls.
Nah, just washing the dishes, man. But hey, I wanted to go back. I just started listening to the show, man. But talking about fuck.
This guy put too much dish detergent in the fucking dishwasher over there. He fell off, too. Go ahead, Robbie. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Well, and he's one of our regular callers. He's supposed to have his act together. By the way, for those new people that are listening, when Ness comes to you and calls out your area code, that means you're on the air, people.
Fucking Robbie. Yeah, you put him in check, man.
Tell him, Robbie. What the fuck? Get this shit together.
I get tired of when you go to people and you call out their area code, they don't know how to act or what to say or what to do. That means you're on the air. You're supposed to talk.
Yo, to be honest with you, I mean, we grill so many people so many times. People are calling in already fucking hesitant as shit, so I can understand it. We were all first-time callers at one point.
Yeah.
That's correct. By the way, Ness, I want to tell you I'm with you on the Canelo-Laura fight. I'm picking Laura.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so am I.
I hope we're right. I hope we're right. Yep. It looks like Antonio's back. Antonio, talk to us.
I'm glad his phone didn't drop in the water like I thought.
Nah, real quick. I just want to go back to that Danny Garcia topic about, I did hear the rumor also that it might be Danny Garcia against Mayweather in September, man.
I don't know. That would be stupid. Danny needs a fight at 147 before he starts to take on fucking Mayweather. He better get out of here.
I don't think that'll happen.
At one point also I heard Gabriel Bracero was also going to fight Danny Garcia.
Yeah, I heard that too
from
Gabriel Bracero. I heard that from Gabriel Bracero, and I think that still might happen.
That's bullshit.
It's going to happen in
That's
Philadelphia.
That's a bullshit fight, man.
That's bullshit. That's fucking way bullshit.
Yeah, that's super
bullshit,
bullshit.
man. Come on.
That's super bullshit. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think Bracero's biggest win is Salido, and he lost to Chop Chop. Like, come on, get out of here with that bullshit.
Hey, and also about Amir Khan, man. You guys gotta cut it down, man. He just moved up to 147.
You're serious?
Fight at 147, true 47-pounder.
Yo,
and he's still giving him shit, man. Come on, man.
Hey,
If it was Danny Garcia
Antonio.
moving up to 147.
Antonio, answer this question for me. Well, I got two questions for you, but name another fighter. So many fucking callers call in telling us to chill out.
Yep.
Like, why you guys give this guy so much of a pass? But before you answer that, tell me who does Amir Khan beat at 147? I can't believe. Yo, and then I'm gonna get tweets all day tomorrow, James, talking about how I've been hating on Amir Khan, another show hating on Amir Khan. I don't even bring this guy up, man. It's crazy.
Yo, I get the same shit, and the Boxing Coalition talks shit about us. About fucking Amir Khan. Shout out to the Boxing Coalition.
But Antonio, tell me, who the fuck does he beat at 147? Tell me, who does he beat? You want me to take it easy on him. Who does he beat?
Well, the first name that pops up in my head is Robert Guerrero, man. At 147, I think he beats him easy.
No, easy? Easy? You're lying to yourself if you think that's easy. That's a tough fucking fight, bro. That's easy, though?
Come on, man.
I don't know, man. Guerrero showed a lot to me in that Berto fight. Berto ain't shit to us anymore, but he showed a lot to me in that fight, man. He beat the brakes off that dude, made him look like E.T.
Well, I mean, but again, it's his first fight at 147. I mean, let's see what he looks like in his next fight and see what happens from there.
So Antonio, what are you saying? That we're not supposed to assess this fight? We're not supposed to say what he did do right and what he did do wrong because it's his first fight? Like, come on.
That's treating Amir Khan like a prospect.
What we
He
would
didn't look
normally
bad.
do.
He didn't look bad. He didn't look bad. He didn't look bad.
I can't treat Amir Khan like a prospect. That's exactly what it seems like you want. I can't do that.
Yeah, that's what they want. That's what they want.
They want us to be like, oh, he had a few hiccups. It wouldn't be that big of a deal if it wasn't a fucking hiccup every other fight.
You have to assess every fight.
Again, if it was Danny Garcia moving up to 147 fighting Collazo, you'd probably be saying a whole different story, man.
Antonio, don't forget I'm the same guy that said I wanted Danny Garcia to move up to 147 and fight Collazo in Barclays Center. Come on. Come on. You guys are out of control, man.
You know, we'll see what happens in November when he fights.
Well, let's see. Let me get to some other callers because now people want to call in late. 248, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? You're definitely a first-timer. That's for sure. Who's this?
Hey, my name is Dale.
Dale, what's going on, brother?
I'd like to know why so many people talk so much shit about the Klitschko's, man.
They're just
I feel
tired
like
of seeing
it's
him
'cause they're
win,
white.
man. You hear me, Dale? I said they're just tired.
I hear you.
I said they're just tired of seeing them win.
Set the record straight, Dale. Tell them why they shouldn't be fucking shitting on him.
Well, you look at Mike Tyson's record, he fought mostly bums, dude.
That's not.
Everyone's on Mike Tyson's back.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Mike Tyson. You see, the difference was Mike Tyson was bringing that
aggressiveness,
crazy post-ring fight interviews.
Yeah, I like how he fought, but you gotta like how Muhammad Ali fought too.
No, you're right, but both of those guys
kind of like that.
No,
right?
but neither of those guys, right? What's in question isn't their fighting style. It was their personality that made them who they were. And that's the problem with the Klitschko's. They don't have that. I mean, this dude got smacked in front of thousands of people, if not millions that watched, and he didn't do nothing. Like, that doesn't resonate well with fans of boxing. This is a brutal sport. Like, yeah, we always fake like we want our guys to be fucking respectable and all that shit. But, you know, at the end of the day, we want some niggas to be able to punch you in the face if you talk slick. Like, I love what David Haye did to Chisora when he glassed him. Man, that's fucking classic. That's classic. All that shit, walk in my face and don't expect me to pop you with a bottle, I absolutely will.
Not to mention that Ali and Tyson was available towards the American people.
The Klitschko's and spitting the other Klitschko's face.
Now remember, here goes Tyson,
To
right?
me,
Compare
to me,
Tyson.
it's like, why they look at it like, why lower ourselves to that shit?
Yeah, well, that's why they don't.
That's right
That's why
here.
nobody's interested. That's why nobody's interested, because remember, Mike Tyson knocked out Mitch Green in a fucking corner store. We love that shit, man. Let's be for real. We love that shit. Don't nobody care about. Don't nobody care about Vladimir Klitschko walking around,
Muhammad Ali,
fucking three-piece
dude.
suits.
Yo, it's hard to follow someone that only fights in Germany for the last 5 fights, fighting bums. So you keep saying that he's fighting bums, but I mean, even someone like Deontay Wilder now is picking up more steam than what those dudes are doing. They were available. Ali and Tyson were available in front of our eyes. Look what just happened just a few days ago. Fucking Deontay Wilder fought some fucking Charlie V, and he's everywhere right now. Everyone's talking about that guy. He is on ESPN.
You know what? People used to criticize Muhammad Ali back when he fought for running around the ring, saying that he was a sissy. George Foreman saying that he's a sissy. He's just going to run around the ring. Everyone criticized that, but no one looked at his ability until years later and saying, he was just an awesome boxer. He'd hit you, but you couldn't hit him.
Yeah, but if Klitschko's were running their mouths like Ali, we might be singing a different tune right now. Even in Germany, their voice can maybe be heard, but they're very respectful, and people don't want to hear that shit anymore, especially when it comes to a guy that's over 250 pounds. We want to hear that you're going to knock the fucking dude out, and you don't give a shit.
They're respectful because that's the way they were raised, but that don't mean
I
they
hear ya.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying that it's bad, but what I'm saying is it doesn't make headlines to be like, oh, what does Klitschko think about of his opponent? Oh, he thinks he's a good fighter and he's going to be a real strong test. What they want to hear is fuck that dude. They will fuck that dude, I knock him out cold in 3 rounds. That's what they want to hear.
They're soft. They're big-ass dudes that can fight that are soft. Shannon Briggs bum rushed their 2 press conferences. No respect.
He should have been pounding that fucking whatever the stage thing and started screaming and yelling at Shannon Briggs, but instead he just sat there and smiled at him. That was his opportunity to be the cocky shithead. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. You could be respectful and talk shit like a la Timothy Bradley. He was very respectful towards Pacquiao, but still ran his fucking mouth like he was the greatest. That's what I want to see out of the Klitschkos. And to be honest with you, I agree with you. I think the Klitschkos aren't getting as much just deserved because I think they're very talented. But we got to understand, Americans don't give a shit about respectful. Look at Adrian Broner. That dude could get knocked out 3 fights in a row. We still care more about him than we're going to care about someone like fucking Klitschko. And that's unfortunate. But that is exactly what the day and age we live in. With social media, we don't want to hear boring answers. We want to hear exciting answers. And what excites us? Shit talk.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it any better. 416, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Yeah, what's up, E40 from the T-Line.
What's going on, brother?
I just wanted to talk about the Maidana and Floyd fight for September.
Go for it. You sound really bad, too, man. If you could move around or something. You can maybe move around or talk
All right, hold up. Yeah, hold up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Maidana and Floyd fight. I think Floyd should fight Porter, or he should fight what's the next dude, Thurman, because that Maidana fight is, there's no need for that, because you know Floyd's gonna beat him a second time, so there's really no need for that fight. I think in that fight Floyd just Kaiser Thursday to everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks that Floyd was old and this and that. Floyd wasn't old. You know what I'm saying? He fought Miguel Cotto, he came out, and he fought Luis Garcia and Canelo, and he was moving around. When I was watching that fight, he continued to back up into the corner. I'm like, why is he backing up into the corner, or why is he staying in the corner? He fought that way because he chose to fight that way, you know what I mean? So I think with all the outside distractions, and just he wasn't himself. I saw him throwing punches and he was sloppy. I never seen him sloppy like that before. He's really sharp and he's really pinpoint accurate with his shots. And he was sloppy, missing these throwing wide left hooks and whatnot. So I think basically Bob Arum wanted to diss him and say how the fight is a waste of time and he should boycott the fight. So Floyd decided to make the fight closer so he could screw Bob Arum. And now for the second fight, Floyd is going to get a lot more pay-per-view ratings and a lot more money. And he don't even have to fight Thurman or Porter. You know what I'm saying? So he basically just Kaiser Söze'd y'all. You know what I mean?
Do you mind if I take this one?
Go ahead, Robert.
Okay, first of all, you want Floyd to fight Porter or Thurman. Number one, Keith Thurman has got to fight somebody and be tested. He's had easy fights so far. Sean Porter, he's a champion, but he's got a mandatory to take care of before he can even consider fighting a Floyd. He's got to go over and beat Cal Brook and get his mandatory out of the way before he can even concern himself with somebody like Floyd, and he's going to wind up fighting Thurman before he gets a shot at Mayweather. The only thing Mayweather can do, there's two options right now. He can either fight Maidana in a rematch, or he can fight the Canelo Lara winner when they fight. Those are the only two things that make sense for Floyd right now.
Well, that was definitely well said. Brown, you're live. Who's this? Where you calling from?
I think he's been on the show before.
It's Brown.
That's you.
It's Brown. Ness, I just want to talk about something.
Go for it.
All right. Ness, you there?
Yeah.
Go for it, brother. You're good. You're good.
I just want to talk about how you're a bitch.
Oh, wow. Damn.
You're a bitch, Ness.
Why?
I could prove it, too.
What'd I do?
If I see you in real life, I'm going to run up on you and kill your bitch ass, Ness.
Damn.
He's our first prank call of the night.
I guess.
You know why, Ness? Because anything anybody says about boxing, you got to reiterate your dumbass opinion. Fuck you, Ness.
I'm sorry you feel that way, bro.
He's the host of the show. Of course he's going to express his opinion.
And fuck James, too. I'm going to kill you next, James. This ain't hate. This is legitimate justice.
Wow.
Get him out of here, Neff.
No,
because you little bitch.
Because I'm
Get him out of
interested.
here. I'm gonna kill you next, motherfucker, just for saying that.
I'm interested to see how is he that upset that he wants to kill us over our commentary. Oh my God.
Don't worry, Ness. You'll see me when I run up on you, bitch.
Oh man. Look, I want to make up, man. I don't want to be your enemy.
Don't worry, bitch. I'm gonna kill you.
Man, you really need like someone to rate you.
Now
some
mute
lines.
me now. Mute me now, you little bitch.
Hey yo, you want me to mute you so you want to keep listening, but you want to kill me? How you gonna kill your entertainment, man? You're so funny, man. 301, you're live on the Boxing Boys. Who's this?
This is Dave. How are you?
I'm good, Dave. What's up, man? Just getting over a live on-air threat.
I know. What the fuck was that shit, dude?
I don't know.
That was fucking retarded. Hey, look. I just want to talk about Stiverne, man. I think he might be the real damn deal, man, the way he put him on Arreola last night.
Yeah, man. He looked okay. I mean, I had him losing the fight until the knockout, but I guess that was his game plan.
Yeah, man, but I did too. I had him down, but I really think he was waiting for Arreola. He knew he came in a little bit better in shape this time around, and I think he was wearing him. That's wear himself down, you know. But when he caught him with that left hook to the temple, oh man, that was sick.
Yeah, man. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you.
I mean, absolutely. Hey, look, I'm a first-time caller, man. And you need to put some pictures together for that Wood, man. That's a funny ass dipping right there.
For who?
For Wood, man.
Wood. Oh, you said we got to put an intro for Wood?
Yeah, man. He seems like a cool ass cat. I'd like to fucking get drunk with his ass one time.
Yeah, man. We gotta send that request up to the producer, man. But definitely we're gonna get him something, man. Thanks for the call. And we hope you continue to call, brother.
One more thing, Ness.
Yeah.
Man, get ringside Robbie off of there.
So much hate today on today's show, man. So much hate.
Very fucking biased.
He's very biased?
Very biased. If he doesn't like you, you know, he just talks about that shit too much.
Yo, you got a really bad feedback. I don't know if you're talking on your speakerphone or something, but I hope that you do call back. But you have to get a better connection than that. 562, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
We can hear a show in the background, brother.
Hey, dude. Sorry about that. Hey, but what's up with the whole like Julio Chavez and the whole like Top Rank shit? What's going on?
The fight fell apart, brother. Chavez doesn't want that money. He doesn't want that extension. I mean, our guy sat down.
It's like business, though, right? It's like business shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's over money and extensions. But from our sit down with
Is that
Bob Arum,
corrupt, though? Is boxing still corrupt, though, or what?
What did he say?
I don't know. What'd you say?
Is boxing like still corrupt, like back in the days, like Don King days, or what?
Oh, still corrupt? I mean, there's always going to be the money influence, I think, in a lot of areas. I mean, it's not even just in boxing; it's in a lot of sports. So, I mean, obviously, money is going to kind of push it that way. It kills it because it's not giving us the matchups that we want. But I mean, to answer your question, I guess, in the sense of money driving a lot of the decisions that are made, yeah, I guess it would be a little bit corrupt, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like this is like in the forefront. It's like on ESPN.
Well, I mean,
it's like on the forefront.
Well, this is the thing. I think Chavez is just being ill-advised because from our sit-down with Bob Arum made it clear that he was offering all that money to Chavez, and it would not push his extension further than October 2015. So it seems like they said yes to everything Chavez wanted, and he still said no. He has to have somebody in his ear. Or there has to be a better offer, or he's holding out for a better offer. I don't know. 270, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? Where you calling from? You're live. Okay. 313, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Detroit. It's Rollo Jenkins. What's up?
What up, Rollo?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, man. So, what y'all think that Klitschko is going to jump in and take this the fight with Stiverne instead of being Deontay Wilder?
I think so. I mean, remember, ESPN, they just aired Klitschko's last fight. Then they aired this heavyweight fight. Then they got that awesome quote from Klitschko saying that he wants to fight in the U.S. and he wants this fourth belt. I mean, they're doing their version of HBO. You know, they're building up that fight. So clearly they have some backroom deal with Vladimir to air that fight.
But don't you think that if Wilder was to win and get this strap, wouldn't it be a bigger fight with Klitschko and Wilder?
It most certainly would, because we know Wilder's going to promote it, but Wilder hasn't done enough to earn it. Stiverne has.
Damn, I don't know, man. I think that I would like to see it go that route. You know, Stiverne, Wilder. I mean, but shit. I mean, wouldn't that be the most credible guy that he could fight outside of a Klitschko?
I don't know about credible because Wilder's biggest win is Malik Scott. A couple of months ago, we were saying how he never fought anybody.
If Wilder was to fight Stiverne, wouldn't that be his most credible fight?
It would, but what would it mean for Stiverne? That's what I just want you guys to understand. Like, why would Stiverne not take a Klitschko fight?
Oh, I got you. Okay, that makes sense. I guess I see that point then. I never
there's just nothing
that way, but you're right.
There's just nothing Wilder could offer him or Golden Boy. Like, how are they? What carrot are they gonna dangle in front of Stiverne? Like, no, come over here and fight. Like, you're talking about unifying the heavyweight championship titles. Like, he could make history if he somehow knocked out Vladimir the way that one of these other dudes did. Layman Brewster, Corey Sanders, you know, all those type of guys. Whoever, I don't know who did what, but I know one of them knocked out one of the brothers or whatever. 202, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hey, this World Rank. Good.
What up, World Rank?
What's good, man? We always talk about we know boxing, man, but we don't know shit, man. I'm just speaking for everybody. We don't know shit.
I mean, I guess.
No, because everybody say that one person doesn't know shit, and the next person say they don't know shit. It's just, everybody has knowledge at some point of the boxing game. Nobody's out here, stupefied.
True.
Well, it's all opinions. I mean, even if you listen to the trainers or the fighters, I mean, technically they don't know shit then because, I mean, one fighter always has to lose, and their trainer technically 9 times out of 10 is very confident that their fighter is going to win. So it's all opinion-based. I mean, I get what you're saying, though.
It's also
that's what's fun.
Everybody needs to learn that my opinion is my own, just like yours is your own, and it's just subjective. And some of us get luckier than others, and we can see talent or we can pick winners. That's just what it is, man. But at the end of the day, it's a 50-50 combat sport that no matter what you think or the odds makers have it, one punch can change all that, and that's why it's a beautiful sport.
It wouldn't be fun to argue facts.
There's no Scottie Pippins. There's no Scottie Pippins to Michael Jordans here. There's none of that. This is you got to do it alone.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on the Stiverne situation. Y'all talking about fighting Klitschko. I understand the aspect of the money for getting a Klitschko fight, but I think there's something that might be pertaining to fighting Wilder, and that's you have the opportunity of keeping your title. Because I think it's a moot point if he comes in and he just defeated Arreola to get the title, and then after one defense loses to Klitschko. He doesn't feel like he's not gonna feel like he's a champion.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If he doesn't fight Klitschko and Klitschko offers the fight, he's not going to be a champion. Because then he's ducking.
Right. And in the aspect of he can say, well, let me take Wilder and get him out the way, and then I'll take the Klitschko fight. Because I think now that someone actually has the belt, I think they're not going to rush to give it away back to the Klitschkos. You think? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong because that would be bullshit. He would be ducking. Just bottom line, he's ducking. If you get listen, that's like Floyd Mayweather asking
to have other people have the opportunity to have the belt. Because if they just give it back to the Klitschkos, he's just gonna hold on to it in Germany for another 3 years. Where if Stiverne fights Wilder, he can fight Curry, he can fight whoever needs to be to get a belt. Because Klitschko, he's going to dominate these guys, and then he's just going to have the control over all 4 belts, and that's not going to be good for that heavyweight division.
Well, I mean, Tyson dominated, so he got knocked out.
But he brought excitement to the game, though. I mean, people wanted to see his fight. Nobody wants to see Klitschko dominate Stiverne for 12 rounds.
Well, but that's unfair because you rather watch Mayweather dominate for 12 rounds.
I personally don't. I mean, I don't want to see Mayweather because he pick and choose his fights. I mean, I don't even want to see Mayweather because I think whoever loses, there is an excuse that they're too old. So I don't even want to see neither one of them fight. I actually want both of them to retire.
Oh, well. Hey, man, listen, I know Klitschko isn't the most exciting fighter, but he has a high knockout ratio. He just does his work technically. He works behind the jab, then he sleeps you around the 8th or the 10th.
But you don't think it's thought of that we're going to try to keep this belt away from him?
I just don't see that.
Because
it's
good for boxing.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope that that's not the case. I mean, I'm sure that I would be excited about Stiverne, Wilder if it got signed, but I'd still be calling Stiverne a duck. He's duck. Like if Mayweather asks you to fight, how do you say no? Like what the fuck? Who does that?
Because Wilder's a mandatory though.
Man, fuck Wilder. They're offering you a shot at the lineal champion. I mean, that would defeat the purpose of boxing to fight Wilder.
But he's still gonna be there though. If you defeat Wilder, Klitschko's still gonna be there.
You are chasing, my friend. You want to have an imaginary champion for as long as you can. That's crazy. If he's not worthy, he's not worthy. Why are we giving him like sidestep fights?
because we're giving all these youngsters bogus belts, and that's what it is. Stiverne has a bogus belt. You know what's the difference? He's not the champ.
World rank, Chris. You know what's the difference? The difference is Vladimir Klitschko is a true champion. He fights fighters in every sanctioning body, unlike Floyd, unlike other fighters. You know, not just Floyd. Pacquiao too. This guy fights everyone. Everyone gets a shot. It doesn't matter who you sign to, what promoter you with. He's a real champion. That's how you're supposed to do it.
They're not promoting real champions. They want to give Wilder that WBC belt to say, hey, we have a U.S. heavyweight champion. I think that's what they initially want to do. They want to give Wilder a belt.
Man, Wilder gonna have to earn that belt. Wilder gonna have to
earn
it.
Is the easiest way to get a belt because he's not gonna get it from Klitschko.
It won't be official. That's all I'm saying. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't think you turned down a Klitschko fight.
Neither one of them are going to be considered a champion until they fight Klitschko. But what I'm saying is, when you give these youngsters belts, they want to be called champions. They don't want to go fight the best. The job is, I guess, for them is to make the most money and be called the champ without fighting the best. That's how boxing is working nowadays.
Well, that's for them. That's not for us, the fans. The fans want to fucking see the best fight the best. That's what I want. And if that means Stiverne versus Klitschko.
But if Stiverne did what he said, then he would be doing exactly what he's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fighting other dudes to fake be a champ. 956, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Hey, this is Joe.
Joe, what up, brother?
Hey, man, I was just calling in to talk about the Arreola fight.
Go for it.
To me, the fight was interesting. The only thing is, man, there was just something about Arreola that he was dominating, but at the same time you could see him getting hurt with one punch. So you were just at the edge of your seats, man.
That's why I call him the Amir Khan of the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
And one thing that's kind of crazy is like he never moved his head. He would just punch and just take 2 steps back, and he would just stay there.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because that resetting that he did, that worked for him. That worked for him, James, like backing up, taking 2 steps back, then resetting, coming back forward behind the jab. But once he let the jab go, that's when he went downhill. And again, he was doing well. Like that 5th round, I wouldn't even argue if someone gave it to Arreola because I was already looking for rounds to give Stiverne. I'm like, damn, well, maybe this body work is more than Arreola's right hands because I'm starting to see Arreola slow down. But, you know, I wouldn't argue with anybody if they gave everything after the 1st round to Chris. Wood, what's going on, brother? Yo, they want us to get you an intro and everything, man. We're going to have to come up with something.
Nah, yeah. Hey, now check this shit out. It got some crazy motherfucker on your chat calling himself Wood, man, from Baltimore, man. Some off-the-wall shit. And these dumb motherfuckers in the chat think it's me.
Set the record straight, then.
Hey, Wood, don't get mad,
Yeah,
man. I got a bunch of dudes just faking they me on there, too, man. So it is what it is.
Yeah, hey, that dude Stiverne, man, this nigga can't talk word for shit. He don't want.
True.
He born as a motherfucker, man. He can't be champion, man. He cannot be champion that quiet. This is entertainment. This is part entertainment business. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, if he stays,
you gotta talk to. It's part entertainment business. You can't just be sitting up there like a fucking idiot, not saying nothing.
Yo, but if he talks like he did in the ring, and then he also talks at the press conferences from here on out, man, I think people are going to start really liking him because he ran his fucking mouth in that press conference, and I liked it.
But this nigga talks so fucking low, you can't understand what the fuck he's saying.
Yo, I talked to this dude 3 feet away from me. I barely understood what the fuck he was saying.
I agree, man. I talked to him in Washington, D.C., and it was the same shit.
Uh-huh.
He born as a motherfucker. He put you to sleep. We can't have no world. I'm saying we do get a champion. He can't be as born. Klitschko already born as a motherfucker. They like robots with the belts and shit. Big tall ass white robots. We need somebody. We need somebody that's gonna, have a personality, bring life back into the sport. That's what the sport missing is a heavyweight champion. The sport is missing a heavyweight champ. We need somebody with a pulse. This motherfucker don't even have a pulse, man. And he born as a motherfucker, man. I'd rather see Wilder whip his ass and get the belt. At least Wilder talk shit. Everybody can understand me. Got a little personality and all that type of shit. So could bring more eyeballs to the sport, and it'd be better for us hardcore.
Yeah, man. Wilder, he just plays to the camera. Like you seen yesterday when they went to him, he was doing his own rendition of the LL there. And it is what it is, but that's what's gonna work, man. You got to put yourself out there.
Yeah, you got to sell yourself to the public.
I agree.
Hey, Ness.
Yo.
Ness.
Yo.
Didn't I tell you your boy talk shit? He called in the day talking shit about me. See? Yeah.
I told him
See
to
why I
chill
stay
out,
on his
though.
ass so much?
You heard me. I told him to chill out. Y'all from in the same hood. Y'all need to handle that.
This nigga live right down the street, man. I don't know why he gonna make me go down there and DDT
why
his
y'all
ass,
don't
man.
go listen to the show together, man? Y'all be in the living room drinking a couple beers, listen to the show together, man.
We ain't like you and what's that nigga? The nigga that like lifting weights and shit. He told you to come over his house one day and watch the fight with him. Yo, what's that nigga name?
Real talk.
Real talk asked you to come down his house and shit. You said nah. Real talk invited you to a motherfucking date, yo. That was crazy. Yo, the Danny Garcia fight and shit. He said, you can come down here and watch that shit with me, Nas.
Yo, you hear Wood? Wood, you in your bag tonight. You in your bag.
Hey, Nas, you said fuck that shit.
Boy, let me get you some other
Real
callers
talk
here,
wanted
man.
to
Let
watch
me
the
get you some
game
other
with
callers. 213, you're live on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Black Ski Mask Joe.
Black Ski Mask Joe, what up, man? It's been a minute.
Yeah, man, it has been a minute.
So talk to me,
yeah,
brother.
man. Hey, I don't know if a lot of people have been complaining, man, but I like Lost Talk's been having a lot of motherfucking echo, bro.
Yeah, we've been getting the messages, man. The only thing we can do is tell you guys to go to YouTube where the audio is fine.
All right, for sure. Well, I'll just have to catch it later on, but man, my boy, fucking Bermane Stiverne, fucking knocked the shit out of fucking Arreola. But low key, I have the scorecard. I posted it up on Twitter for the people that want to check it out. But I actually had Arreola up, and I had 2 rounds for Stiverne until the knockout, man. If it would have been just that one single knockout, and let's say that Chris Arreola would have walked it out like a champ, the fight right there would have been an even fight.
Yeah, man. I feel exactly the same way. I had Arreola up 3-2 going into the 6th.
Yeah, man, but hey, I kind of had that feeling, man. Like I was telling my brother, see, the thing about Arreola is people get too confident right now since, he's like in shape. But he should have been doing that for a long ass time, Like it's just been like the first fight that the first Stiverne fight, and then the Seth Mitchell, and then now he's like been like in the best physical shape. But he should have been doing that, man. And that's no excuse, And just the fact that, like, I was telling my brother, man, this dude, what he does is, like, once he starts applying pressure, he starts getting careless, like, on his own defense. Like, when people start swinging back, he gets careless. He just takes them to the chin. And, nah, man, when you get in at this top level, man, you got to defend yourself at all times, dude. And that's what happened. He just, like, didn't defend himself and just got caught.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I knew Arreola wouldn't do well versus slick fighters like that, man.
Slick black fighters.
He won't, man. He won't.
But yeah, man. I mean, I was at the weigh-in, dude. I mean, just the intensity and Bermane Stiverne, dude. When you go up to him, talk to him, the dude was just focused. He was just ready to murder somebody, man. And then you go to Arreola. I mean, yeah, of course he's like a fan favorite person, but I felt that I don't know, like I didn't get that vibe, like he was gonna like do anything special, you know. But with Stiverne, you just looked at him and you're like, man, this dude's about to knock the fuck somebody out.
Yeah, I mean, I wish like everyone else that he would just talk a little more. That's all, you know.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, what are you talking about? At the press conference, dude, he went all out. I actually like that. That's the reason why it kind of excited me a little bit more to watch this fight. To be honest, man, just him slamming on the damn podium thing, man, and telling them, you know. That type of shit, dude. You know, that shit is excitement, dude. And I hope he just continues being cocky like that, dude, and just talk shit to his other fighters, dude, because we need shit like that, just like Wood was saying, dude. We need exciting people. And I mean, with Deontay Wilder, it would be the same thing, man, because I mean, Deontay Wilder is a pretty outspoken dude too. But I don't care, man. It was just a good fight. And I hope everybody else enjoyed the fucking heavyweight, man, because we need shit like this, man. Especially now that, you know, once the Klitschko start going away, this is when all the heavyweight starts bringing back excitement, man, and this is what I want. So, and that's my piece, and then I'm out.
All right, brother. Black Ski Mask Joe. Well, James, I guess that's it, brother. Wait, I think we got one more. 416, you're live. Who's this? 416, you're live. All right, well, I guess that's it. I am your host, Ness GTO. This has been the Boxing Voice. Clearly another episode. A little bit slow because everybody's not used to ESPN having Saturday night fights, but it was a fresher breath air to me to not have to pay for a fight. Even though this wasn't a fight that was worthy of paying for, it was good to see it on ESPN. I hope they continue to do it. I hope they invest in other divisions, not just the heavyweight division. Catch me on Twitter, @NessGTO. James, take it away.
At Jameson Rocket, Jameson with an I.
Later, fellas.